You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the, what is this, the 13th episode of the Pine Room Podcast.
This is 12. And I had show 11 on the paper, so we're all fucking wrong.
I
I think I left that on there from last time.
It's been a long weekend.
John, can I try to do what you do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sue.
Right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 12 of the Pine Room Podcast.
That was really good.
You forgot the alrighty.
All right, yeah.
All right, everybody, hello. There it is. All right.
We're back.
All right,
on
well,
track.
we're back. It's been a long weekend. 4 of the 5 of us here have been out of town. We were in Ocean City for the weekend. Matt, you've been there a little longer than you were there longer than we were there, but we had a fun time, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. This episode is sponsored by Duggar's, famous chicken and wings. Go down and see Duggar's. Actually, I'm doing a little photo shoot tonight, so that might be out either tonight or tomorrow, and you can see that on our social media stuff. But we got some other stuff coming out, and hopefully you got to see some of the we had some TikToks come out during the weekend and some other stuff. First thing I want to do real quick is clarify on our bets, and we'll talk about them a little later in the show. But there are some errors in the bets on the bet sheet, and we'll talk about it. But I just want to. I want to preface that sometimes there are going to be errors on that bet sheet.
Hope you're on the right side.
And if you're on the right side, great. If you're on the wrong side, sorry.
So the side against us is usually the good side.
Yes. But
It was another dismal performance.
Yeah, not very.
Led by myself. Crystal is the strong guy here. So
Yeah.
7-0. Can't be stopped right now.
So hot.
Yeah.
7-0.
yeah. So we watch a little bit of sports down there or over there. Is it over there or down there?
Over and down.
Over
and down. Little south.
A little south.
Yeah.
Little south. So
But I'd
you've been to
always say
Ocean
over.
City.
Oh, yeah, incredible. One of my favorite places to go. And we've only been one time, but when we all went for the first time when we were 21, it was just absolutely packed on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I want to go back. And when I saw you guys there, I was like, I forgot how fun that place was.
Oh, yeah.
It's a blast. You don't really realize when you hear Ocean City, you don't really realize what's all in the area. Because I know growing up, I always heard that people went to Ocean City, and I didn't really think much about it because obviously it's not down south where normally people go for vacation. Right. So, but hey, before we get into our weekend, Sue, what do you got going on this week? Or this past weekend? Anything new? Anything special?
No, I hurt my knee playing basketball.
What'd you do?
I took a knee into the back of my knee. Now I've been limping around recently.
The killer. That's the only thing I always was warned when we were playing. When I was playing baseball, never play basketball because I'm gonna get hurt.
Was it incidental contact?
Yeah,
or was it
incidental.
a cheap shot?
No, incidental. I went
Okay.
up to block a shot.
Your dad would say you don't play basketball, Joe, because of the way you shoot.
Yeah. We did. I think we talked about that on the.
Yeah, but we didn't have video
Oh, we
back
didn't
then.
have
It was
video
like
now.
this or something.
Hey,
I
Job,
shoot-
He's a
Or maybe it was like
neutral shooter.
I remember it at Hess Shelter, and it might have been Josie's graduation party. Remember everybody was out on that court shooting?
Oh yeah, the court out there.
You-
Yeah,
I swear to God, you took like a 15-foot right out by the foul line,
drained it.
drained it, and just did a spin move, and you walked
That
off
was
the
it.
court. Like, that was probably the last time you shot a hoop.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember the last time I have.
But
shot
it
a
looked good.
basketball.
It did look good.
Yeah.
It did.
See,
Yeah.
See?
The shot at
People
like his shot looked good.
It went in.
the
Nothing but net.
Yeah, nothing.
That's
the
why he did a
description
spin.
was I shoot like this, and that's not true.
No.
People think because I'm left-handed, I do everything left-handed except shoot a gun and cut with scissors. But I shoot right-handed. So when I shoot right-handed, my dad just thinks that I'm doing it wrong.
No, I've seen it. It's very, very brutal to watch.
No, you have. When have you seen me shoot a basketball?
Up at West Liberty. You've picked up a ball and you've shot it, and we started making fun
Did I
of
make
you.
it?
I don't know.
No.
If we
probably
made
not.
fun of you,
Sue,
I'm sorry.
did you win the game when you were injured?
We won the first game. I got hurt in the second game within like the first 2 minutes. I didn't play again.
Okay. How many miles did you log this weekend up and down the eastern seaboard?
Not many. I am going to Nashville this weekend though.
Jesus.
Driving or flying?
Driving.
Oh,
it's the
North
it's the-
Carolina, though,
yeah. I was just in North Carolina a couple weekends ago, but it's the CMAs this weekend. It's going to be
Are
a
you
Oh,
going
wow.
to that?
I'm not going to the CMAs, but I'll be there like on Broadway.
Like the pre-party?
Hey, you
or
want to do
whatever?
some interviews for the
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah,
down there?
absolutely.
Who would you want to see down there?
Wow, I don't know if like Luke Combs and
Don't
Ry-
say
and
Lee Bryce,
and-
please.
Lee Bryce was just in Wheeling, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was?
Sorry, I missed it.
I think so. Yeah.
Gosh.
There had to be more people at Ogilvy than Lee Bryce.
There was
Yeah,
more
I gotta
people
say
in
Lee.
the Secrets bathroom than to go see Lee Bryce.
Jubb, if I had to say, like, if I could run into anyone down there, Luke Combs, probably Riley Green. If Billy Currington's there, that would be my go-to. Obviously, Morgan Wallen would be sweet to meet as well, but
He's right here.
yeah.
Yeah, Billy Currington? We brought that up a few episodes ago and said that Good
Yeah,
Directions.
Good Directions.
was
Top
the
5 song
five.
ever. Matt hated
Oh,
that.
come on, guys. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Matt said any song made top 5 country song.
Yeah,
Let me
I-
He
clarify.
said of all
Yeah.
time, right?
You guys couldn't have been alive for the top 5,
That's
I
what
don't
I-
think.
that's
I know
what-
Chris
You
will
ain't-
back me up on
Yes.
that one.
All right, so I need you guys to elaborate a little bit because I was living vicariously through you guys, all the pictures and stuff. Ocean City, anything funny happened while you guys were down
Well, the
there?
big news, we got to start with this, is Jarrett is now engaged. So
Yeah,
that's
Yes,
really
I
a
did.
big thing that
I
happened.
did get
Yes.
engaged.
Late Saturday night. Maybe it was Sunday morning. I don't remember.
It might have been Sunday morning. I think it was Sunday morning in secret for our. I don't know what the band. What was that?
Oh, it was
band?
Event
Event
Horizon. I don't know if they were named for the
In the,
movie, but that's a pretty good movie.
In the crowd, yes, I was engaged.
The girl you got engaged to, how long have you known her?
5 minutes.
That's
But-
being generous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might not have even been 5, but yeah, I'm engaged. Our wedding is August 20th.
Of this year?
August 20th of this year at 4 p.m. at Secret.
That's secrets. So everybody mark that on your calendars.
I told
friends
her
and
I-
family especially.
I told her I was ordained. I was an ordained minister.
Yeah, so
So-
I am engaged.
So how'd you do it? Explain to what
Well,
you did.
it was
I mean,
really I thought it out a lot. It was like I had planned this for years, really.
Well, because you
But-
knew her for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. But and it she happened to have a ring on her pointer finger, so I took
Pointer finger.
I took
So you,
the,
saved, so you saved so much money.
oh my gosh! I took the ring off her pointer finger, put it on her ring finger, and now I'm getting married.
Did you
Wow.
say, "Will you marry me"?
No, it was implied.
Yeah, no, it was implied.
Yeah.
It was one of those new age proposals, Soup. You know, it's like 50-50. They split everything down the middle. The girl proposes to the guy sometimes.
Yeah, it was really
Different times.
It was beautiful. I could hear everything, see everything.
I couldn't.
You didn't have very many drinks though, so that didn't cloud your judgment.
No.
I think,
No,
so.
it would have never.
Probably didn't cloud hers either.
Matt, I feel like every time you send a picture, you're drinking something new. Do you always do that everywhere you go?
No,
Find-
I'm not. That's my brother normally, but no, I switch up. But I sometimes I'll just have too many beers in a row. I got to switch to a crush, and then maybe I'll get a different kind of crush, so lemon, lime, orange, whatever.
Yeah, for
and
people
then-
that don't know what a crush is, they're
Yeah,
you
orange
know-
crush. We make them right here in the Pine Room. Someday we're gonna have our own signature Pine Room crush. I'm
Ooh.
still thinking about how I'm gonna make this, but it's
Maybe a
gonna
little
happen.
bit of like pine needle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking a little
Yeah.
gin, a little splash of gin to get the
Ooh,
pine in there,
yeah.
and yeah,
Cedar
no, we're gonna work
needles.
on that for the fall. But no,
and
Soup. I-
and Say will be our taste tester.
Absolutely. And, Jeez, yeah.
I don't know about him.
We could sign him up for 5 hours of taste testing. He'd be good to go the whole time.
Yeah,
no,
so
say-
the Ocean City's like you've had a crush because you've had him here. I'm assuming you've had him in Ocean City, but they got all kinds of crushes.
Crush capital of the world.
Chris likes you like the creamsicle. Is it the creamsicle or the key
Yeah,
lime?
Dream.
Well, yeah.
both of them. But
Both.
I had the creamsicle.
I'm a
before
big
that.
key lime guy.
But too many of those is tough because they're so
Too
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
switch around. I like
Yeah.
the lime ones because they're so sour, and then those ones treat me well. Jubb, what'd you have at Harpoon Anna's when we were there?
Oh,
Did you
I-
have key lime? Or
Yeah,
did
it was key lime, but they made it different. It was like a
Yeah.
dessert drink. I
Yeah.
related
It
to
was like a Slurpee, like almost a milkshake.
Yeah, I said it was like if you melted like a milkshake from McDonald's, like a vanilla milkshake, and then like put it like you got it cold again. That's kind of what it tastes
No,
like.
you said you didn't say melt it. You said if you left it in the car for 3 hours and it melted, which made it sound really gross.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
did. I think
It
I
was
tasted
good.
it. It was pretty good.
What
It
are
was
those
really
called?
good. They're crushes, but it was key lime.
Oh,
It was
gotcha.
key lime. They're all a bunch of different flavors. So
Chris, I want you to walk me through, and Jubb, for the people watching, you might
I'll
have to
put
put this
that
up. But Chris,
I-
you sent us this picture, and you say you're our fearless leader. And Jarrett, I want you to kind of elaborate too. Jubb, what is going on right here? And Jarrett, what are you saying to whoever you're talking
that's
to?
his-
Might have been
That's
his
his
fiance.
fiancé.
Yeah,
that's
that's her right there.
To
Her
the
name-
left of Jubb?
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
name is Kenzie, right? It's
Yeah.
Kenzie.
Yeah, it was
Kenzie,
Yeah.
congratulations
Yes,
to you, Jarrett.
Yeah, if there was ever any chance she would hear
But Jubb
this.
looks awesome there.
He
I mean, he
does.
looks like the
He does.
leader. Like
He
he's
really
our
does.
Leader.
We follow him.
Let's hope he's not David Koresh.
Right,
God.
exactly. But he had his shades on.
Yeah,
on
Jubb,
the
that
dance
was
floor.
another thing too. Shades on
Oh, it's
at
pitch
night,
dark.
at nighttime.
Couldn't
in-
see a
Where
thing.
is this at Secret?
Yeah, we were
That's
inside.
strobe lighting in the
A strobe
nightclub.
light-
That was tough.
you could. I felt if Stevie Wonder was blind, that's what I felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't see anything.
Not a thing. And
That's
it would
probably
strobe.
right,
It would strobe,
yeah.
and I could see stuff for like a half a second.
Well, Jarrett, could you see stuff? You didn't have glasses on.
I couldn't see much. That was about after
Jared,
For several reasons.
12 natty lights.
Job, were people complimenting your sunglasses?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Listen, Soup, for as weird as you may think he looked right there, there was 100
Oh.
people, maybe 1,000 people that looked way worse.
I really do think you looked good, Job.
Coach in the tux, he would have fit right in there.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
that'd have been something to see. But I think he would have enjoyed interviewing our Raven girls the night we met the night
Our
before, the
Playmakers.
Playmakers. So yeah, they were. We met them at Mackey's and had a good time with them.
What do they do? So they're not the cheerleaders.
They're like the
Are they
dance
like the
team.
dancers?
They're
That's what I
like the
thought.
dance team. Yeah, they got serious. They
They
were
were-
into their jobs.
They
That's
were
for sure.
really cool though. They were really nice and
Seemed interested in the
talkative
podcast.
Yeah.
yeah they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, we
I
got-
remember a few names, so I'm not gonna.
I got
feel
'em right
bad.
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here. Do you want to go ahead? Tell me who you remember,
All right,
and I'll fill them in.
I remember Lou.
You remember Lou? Absolutely.
Lou of the Heart.
Lou with a heart.
Lou with a heart.
Not Lou Hart.
No, not Lewis Hart. For those of you
Yeah.
who are a physics major.
Yeah. Then is it Alana? Do we have an Alana?
Alina, right?
No, Elena.
No,
Elena.
I think there
Alana. No, it was Alana.
Alana.
ELANA. Alana.
There
Yep.
was Alana. There was there Hallie or Haley?
Molly.
Molly?
Heidi.
Heidi?
Steph XOXO.
Oh, yeah, I like Steph. I like Steph a lot.
Amaka. Bree. And Shelly. I think that was it. Lou, Shelly, Alana, Anaka, Bree, Heidi, Molly, Steph. Yeah. Those are all the
Hey,
ones
I wanted
we
to
met.
show you guys this too. So, Job, you can throw this up too if you want. Did you guys go down there at Secrets?
We were along the shoreline,
down
but
in the
it's that's like the world's biggest toilet. It's to the poor girls at Soup. I know a few of the girls that used to work there, and they were the bartenders that would wade into that thing. First of all, if you have like plantar fasciitis or something, you're going to
like
be in
a
trouble.
cut on your
Because I
leg.
mean, you're walking in the sand, and there's people pissing and doing other, God knows what else in there.
For
They
people that,
sanitize every half an hour because it's. I mean, yeah.
for people that haven't been to Secrets, and I know you guys have been to a lot of bars all over the country. You guys have been out of the country. Secrets is absolutely packed. There's so many people in there.
You can't really I know
It's
how
indescribable.
people talk a big game about it, but you can't really describe it until you're there because it's like he said it and a couple other people said it. It's almost like its own city inside of the bar. I mean, there's how many bars inside the place? There's 4 at least in that one main area where we watched Frankie Goes to Dollywood. Yeah, they were good. They were good.
Yeah, they were.
pretty
They were good.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to describe. It's just something like you have to just go and do it.
The last 2 years, I took Job last year for the first time, and then Jarrett this year. And both of them, when I asked them, they both said it was a good description, but you really can't appreciate it until you actually get there.
you can't.
And it's true. So people should go out there. It was rated at one point. I don't know what the stats are like now, but it was one of the top 10 nightclubs in the entire United States of
I
any
believe
kind.
it.
So
I had a blast. the one
it's
time I
there's
was
no
there.
place I've ever been that
Well,
was
it's crazy
better.
how everything just flows to get it's just like from one thing to another. Like there's a concession stand, then there's another bar, then
Yes.
there's the table. Like what just
Yeah, Jarrett, you got a hot dog, didn't you?
I did get a hot dog on a pretzel bun. It was really good.
That's clutch, man. You're drinking, pounding $7 natty lights.
I tell you what, I ate a lot of shit that night.
I ate
you
a lot
did.
of food in general.
Yeah,
that
that
whole
whole
trip.
weekend.
Secrets. The nice thing about that too is they're like Soup said. They're really well organized. They got great service people for the most part. Security force is awesome. We met a couple of really good bartenders, and it was good.
Yeah.
What was our friend's name?
Andy.
Andrea. Yeah,
Andy.
Andrea was number 1. She
Andy.
was fantastic.
She was probably, I would say she was close to, I mean, for the 2 days that I was there, three nights that we were there,
Yeah.
I think she was our best.
Yeah,
best
we're gonna have her on the
bartender.
show to talk about the industry because we talked to her a lot about some of the things we bitch about on this show about bad customer service and things like that.
Yeah.
So she was very dedicated. So shout out to Andy.
Hey.
Thank you for your hospitality.
And then it took a
Yeah.
it took a 180. Or was that the next night?
That
was
was
the
the
next
night,
night. or the
that
night
night
prior?
before.
Yeah.
At,
That was the night before.
at Kirby's with our friend bartender.
Yeah, bartender. We ended up seeing her. Jarrett spotted her. She
Yeah.
actually worked at Secrets too. But anyway, bad experience with a girl there. We're not going to say her name because she
No.
wouldn't even
well,
give
we
it
don't
to us.
know it. Yeah. Well, so
Yeah.
anyway, what happened was if a bartender comes up to you or any server, if you ask a server's name, that's not a weird thing to do. Like I ask
was
surface
waiting
names
on
all the time.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I go,
Yeah.
"What's your name?" Just so I can talk, like ask them stuff. And we went and we or Matt, she
I think I
walks over.
said, "Hi, what's your name?"
That's exactly how you said it. She walked over the table. That's what
Man,
he
we
said.
just sat down.
Bartender.
And she goes, "You can call me bartender."
Ooh, this is
Like,
gonna start
real,
out
like,
really. It started out well.
Yeah, then with horrible.
It didn't get any
service,
better, but Chris said that she was very nice to him, so maybe she's redeemable.
Well,
maybe she just
it
didn't
took
like
me a
you.
long time to get there. Though. I had to walk.
Oh,
You
you
didn't
did
have
walk.
to. You chose
well,
to.
no.
Chose to get your walking exercise in from Secrets,
Yes,
or no, to from
but-
Mackey's to.
Yeah, bartender was good to me
Oh,
though.
and you know how in Ocean City there's the buses that
Yeah.
run up and down. That's like the main
That's what's so
vessel
nice,
for
yeah.
for traveling. And thankfully you didn't get on that bus because it got pulled over.
Oh yeah. It was an
Well,
ugly
but it
incident.
never stopped. Right, it blew right by us because it was too full.
It-
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the,
Then,
the
like
guy
5
that
blocks
told me
up, I saw these 2 cop cars right behind it, and I thought, that's the bus. And then once I got up to it, they had some young kid in handcuffs, and they were taking him on. I should have replaced
The
him.
one guy.
that.
went
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Wait, the bus got pulled over because somebody was.
somebody's, I
Yeah,
think,
there was a
disruptive.
criminal on board.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Criminal.
nice.
Criminal.
The one time we were down there, and we stayed in an Airbnb with like 12 people, and we were gonna go to this one bar, and there was a strict dress code. It just said 2 things: can't wear jeans, can't wear a jersey, because people fight.
Yes.
over the jerseys.
Where was that? Because Secrets, you can't wear a jersey. You're only allowed to wear a Ravens jersey in there. I know
Yeah,
that bothers
so-
you, but
yeah,
You're
so-
only allowed to wear
only.
It was.
didn't
I
know
forget
that.
the name of the place, but it was another one of the bars. It wasn't Secrets, but you can't wear a jersey. And,
Was it Fager's Island?
I can't remember.
They're
but-
pretty strict,
But
too,
our
though.
our one buddy Gino, you guys know Gino Peroni. We told him you can't wear a jersey. Can't wear a jersey. He wears it. He wears a jersey in that night. So anyway, he wears it. Gets kicked out before he even gets in. We lose Gino for 2 hours, and our Airbnb is like right behind like an advanced auto parts. We don't see Gino for 2 hours. He's sitting on the front steps drinking at this advanced auto parts like 2 hours later.
I don't know.
I
If any,
think that's how I remember it. My friends, they can tell the real story if I mess it up.
I don't know if anybody ever has drank at an Advanced Auto Parts except him. Probably.
What do they serve there?
I don't know.
Cooler.
Oil.
Yeah.
Cool and Crush.
Quaker State Crush.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a long weekend. We had some had a lot of beverages.
time.
And, yeah.
We had good visit with some family too that was
Yes,
in town from
yes.
Delaware. Cole and Shady.
Cole,
They're
yeah.
watchers of the show. Our cousins from
up
from
there.
Frederick.
from Frederick, Maryland, and they're in Delaware for the summer working over there. So it was really good to visit with them. We had a fun time.
Did
so.
you guys get any good seafood down there?
I
I don't know, Joe. What'd you
I
eat?
had a bunch of
I
shrimp.
have, but I can't even remember what we ate.
you had that sword.
Oh yeah,
swordfish.
some swordfish and I had a mahi the other day. So
Oh,
yeah.
that bowl.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
you would
tuna.
like this a lot. So we went to what was that? Fish Tails.
Yeah.
And they had a
Oh, yeah, we
the,
had-
the
that's
fish
what
of the
we
day was mahi, and they put it in a bowl with rice and like corn and black beans and mango
Avocado,
and
mango.
plantains,
Yeah,
all
delicious.
kinds of stuff. You would have lost your mind.
You've been sweating too.
Yeah, I would have been messed. Like your dad when he eats something spicy, he has to push his glasses back.
Yeah,
up
they
on.
slide down his face.
The fish was kicking too. It was was black and it was very
Yeah,
spicy. It was
very
good.
good,
Outstanding.
I didn't have a bad meal, not once.
Jarrett had the best meal of the trip though.
What do
Tell
you-
us about your after engagement meal.
Oh my gosh. Well, during my 3-mile trek back to the condo, after about what I said like 13 natty lights, so I stopped at a gas station because I was so hungry. Nothing was open. I walked in. I grabbed a water, a bag of cheddar Chex Mix, and a king size Kit Kat, and I ate it within 2 blocks. But then about 3 blocks later, I stopped again at another gas station, got another bag of Chex Mix and a water. So yeah, that was my
Another bag of Chex Mix within a few miles. That's
I don't
crazy.
think I didn't
Or
eat, I didn't
maybe
eat
it's a few
that one.
blocks.
Yeah, it was. Like
Oh,
a
you
few
ate that one the next day.
So,
So you got a Kit Kat and on her Showtime, huh?
Yeah, actually, speaking of drunk food and Showtime, I put on our Instagram. I asked our poll question this weekend or this week for anybody that doesn't know. We've been asking some questions on our Instagram, so go ahead and follow us.
That's
and
every Sunday. I think
every Sunday, Monday, just kind of depends.
every Sunday or Monday before that week's
Before
show.
our show, so you might get featured. But I asked what this kind of goes with everything. What's the best food to eat when you're drunk?
When you're inebriated.
Well, I guess for me this weekend it was cheddar Chex Mix and
Kit Kat.
and a Kit Kat. But actually here's some responses that we got. And this
first,
one was from
first. Let's get everybody here. Sue, what do you think?
Wow, my go-to at West Lib when we would get home was just wings. I think they taste like incredible when you're.
See, I don't think I'd be able to function enough to get get a wing, I'd make too much of a mess.
Well, I always remember the Dirty Dog having really good barbecue wings. Like eat half, put the rest in the fridge. You come home late and just destroy them. That was I don't know.
Then wake up with sauce all over your hands, on your face. Yeah. I'm going to say McDonald's, just a cheeseburger. Just a McDonald's cheeseburger.
I don't even know where to begin with this. So this is when you're still fucked up and you haven't went to bed, or is this?
Yeah,
okay.
After you're
like
done
a late night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of partial to sweets. I know that sounds weird. I've went into places and eaten and gotten like pieces of cake at Kroger real late at night. It's like I just wanted it. It was a terrible decision.
A bundt cake.
Yeah, my teeth probably were rotten by morning before I passed out. Eat with icing in my mouth.
I think mine. Well, not actually cheddar Chex Mix, which was good the other night, but I think it's got to be pizza. I think me and Chris agreed on this the other night.
Pizza's
I think
probably the way to go.
A nice greasy slice.
My favorite was, or still is, Patsy's. DeCarlo's out there. And how many times have we
have done that a lot. You're right. Yeah.
After Penguin games, and
yes,
go in there and get 4 or 5 slices and go home. Shovel them down your
just
gullet
force
and then
feed
go to
them.
bed.
like a grizzly bear.
It's better
in
than
hibernation.
Did you guys ever hear the story about Chris cooking the pizza from the club and he almost burned his house down?
Yeah.
So this was a late night. We were at the club, so go ahead.
What I do?
They got these they're like mini DeCarlos from the Warwood Vets. So go down there and check them out. Anyway, sometimes when we've had too many, which is a lot, we'll go take something home with us to eat after we drink on Sunday, and Chris got a pizza to go.
I wasn't cooking it on like 350 or 4. It was like 200 or whatever. And
slow cook.
So I put it in the oven, and then I go upstairs and get dressed for bed, and then I think I laid down and never woke back up. and I woke up, and it was just totally black.
Was there smoke in your house?
No, it was. I mean, it would have been bad.
Slow cooked, yeah.
It could have been real bad.
But yeah, that's
awesome.
And my brother had a similar incident with one of those pizzas. He got it home. He cooked it. He started to eat it at 1 a.m. He told Chris and I he fell asleep while he was eating it. In bed. He ate 2 or 3 pieces of it, and then he woke up at 5 a.m. and finished it. I gotta say, I've never done anything like that before. So Ace, he's a machine when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Jarrett, before you start, I've been on this weird kick when I go out with you guys in Wheeling. Like if we start at Cooley's house or something, I've been ending my night at Sheetz and getting 2 snack wraps and a peanut butter and jelly.
Ew.
Like after, that's been my drunk food.
The
pregnant?
Yeah.
The PB&J though?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been
What
awesome.
They snap? Are they pre-made or something?
Yeah, the pre-made, like it's a knockoff Uncrustable. That's what's up in their little fridge.
Those things
section.
are good if they're fresh.
I mean, not the
the bread's
PB&J's
fresh.
bad, but it's just
a weird combo. Yeah.
All right. What kind of snack wraps?
They're chicken with
they're
provolone, lettuce, tomato, and honey mustard.
Okay, honey mustard. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. They got a good
Sheetz
habanero
does a great
sauce on
And
it.
they got a good spicy
Yeah,
Asian.
and Jumpin', you had a bad day at a Wawa on the way, by the way. Just we always say about how Sheetz is better. What'd you get at Wawa?
Well, I got a Wawa on the way down. I got a fried ravioli, which were actually pretty good.
Okay.
And then actually, what was the gas station we stopped at? Like Quick Mart or something. When they got
that was a Love's, I think.
Oh yeah,
Love's.
Love's, because that was the most packed we ever seen a gas station in my life. They had those chicken like taquitos rolling on the thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Earl loves those chicken things.
Yeah,
I could have ate
They're
17
they're
of
like
them.
rolled up real skinny, right?
Oh,
I remember Earl used to eat those all the time.
I can smoke them like a cigar. They're unbelievable. They're
Light them on
great.
fire. All right, Jarrett,
Anyway,
what do we got?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, real quick, I want to say before that at that Wawa, Chris, remember that the Wawa we went to that they had that bathroom had one urinal and one toilet, and the line was out the door, and that cop was in there going to the bathroom, and
he had to take a dump, and there was no toilet paper.
No, there was no toilet paper, and he was in there. I heard him rattling his keys around. And the guy came.
God, I
in
hope he
and said,
didn't get a call when he.
I don't know how. I don't know how anybody knew. I was really curious on how anybody knew. The guy came in. And said,
maybe he texted the attendant or something.
He just fired his gun off into the ceiling.
I need assistance immediately.
A flare.
Right, it had to be 2 shots.
Yeah, boom, boom.
He was taking a dump. So.
Wait.
Yeah. So
right.
anyway, here we go with some of our responses on some of the best food to eat when you're drunks. To go along with what Soup said, our friend Nick, who's not here today.
We miss you, Nick.
He's
Where the hell are you?
He's running errands.
Come on, I wanted to argue with him today. I'm pissed.
He says 2 Sheetz dogs with nacho cheese and bacon.
That's a heavy
That's-
mix.
That's good.
That's a
That's
Nick.
heavy.
I just looked on here. I spelled cheese wrong. I didn't put an E on the end.
Like cheese it? Oh,
Well, actually, yeah, that's funny
Cheese.
too.
there you go.
Justin, he says white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Oh.
That
As a drunk
As a
Specific.
drunk
Man.
food, yeah. Oh, and we were talking about her earlier, Showtime. Our girl Showtime.
Showtime chiming in.
Yeah,
She
she chimed in. This is really weird. I don't even know how you would go about acquiring these when you're drunk. But she says euros.
Gyros?
Gyros,
no,
Euro-
Euros,
Like the
right?
G, the Greek thing?
G-Y-R-O-S.
Yeah,
Gyros?
Gyros,
Gyros.
gyro. Americanized version gyros, but yeah,
I think you spelled
gyros.
Gyro. Yeah, gyros.
I mean, I don't
I
even
didn't
know
know
where
Yeah,
you
where
would...
do you even get those?
Oh, I think
Arby's?
you might be able to
The
get
Italian Festival,
Yeah.
Upper Ohio Valley Italian Festival.
When is that? When is the Italian festival?
July, middle of July usually.
We might
Yeah.
be there, too.
They
Yeah,
got
we
good.
got some
good
talks
they
about
get
it.
the shredded lamb, and is that the one she likes? Just the regular
That's what
authentic.
She just says,
it.
yeah,
I
Wow.
think actually.
Hey, Arby's has one of those, don't they,
Yeah.
Joe?
They have an
Yes,
Arby's, and
Arby's
I
does.
might be wrong here, but I think you might be able to get those at Sheets.
I'm sure.
I think they're
yeah.
at it. They're getting popular. Sheets has them all over the place, and I noticed them at 2 or 3 other restaurants in Ocean City. They have like fish ones, like smoked fish
Sweet.
gyros.
What's on there? That tzatziki sauce?
yeah,
Is that what's
yeah,
on
yeah,
there?
good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Touching Mediterranean in Ocean City has
All right,
that.
keep
It's
them
good
going,
stuff.
Jared.
All right, we got actually three of these. One was from Cooley, Danielle, and Isaac. All say Taco Bell.
You can't.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
you
That-
can't.
that's a
nothing
strong,
wrong.
strong
Solid.
top 5 over
It's
there.
good. It's good sober. So I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everything tastes the same though. Like if
You're
you
right,
if you
John.
mushed it up in a blender and gave it to me, I'd just say it was a talk. You could do anything.
They've
Anyway,
had a
it's
couple of
good, though.
things. A cheesy gordita crunch. That's a little unique.
Yeah.
You give me that or the Chipotle, the little chicken melts, the little
Yeah,
ones.
it's
yeah.
really good.
I could eat.
Their quesarito was so good too.
They're little one biters. Oh, maybe not one.
I got to say though, the prices at Taco Bell, they're soaring. They're too
They
high.
getting
know
high?
they
They're
Going
too
up?
high. They're way too high.
really?
Chris, you probably remember this. You could get a 79-cent taco there. Now they're like
Oh,
$2.39. It's
Do you like Taco Bell, Chris?
I don't eat it very often, but I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Not at all. I enjoy it. I just don't go there very much.
Yeah, the Cooley eats the most Taco Bell I've ever met
Yeah.
of
yeah,
anybody
he
in my
does.
life.
And the most Japanese that
Fusion.
Oh, yeah,
there's
jeez.
a Fusion. We passed a Fusion. I didn't realize they had one in Morgantown.
Oh yeah.
Did they-
Cooley
oh,
would
yeah,
say
they
it's
did.
not as good. I don't know why. Anyway,
We got some more here. Jake says Waffle House.
Oh, that's
which,
a good.
yeah,
I like that
that's-
answer.
that's-
I've
there's
never
nothing
been to
wrong
a
with
I've
Waffle
done.
House.
I've done some late nights at a Waffle House before. Yeah, very, very good stuff.
I hear they treat you right in there.
They do. We had Curry and I met a server over there that went to school at his high school. The guy took good care of us. Good spot. They do a nice job over there.
I got another one here that I think you guys will like. Neil says Doritos with Frank's Red Hot. As a
Can you
drunk
imagine?
food.
Can you imagine waking up the next morning?
Oh, God. After about 900 beers
That'd be-
and Frank's Red Hot with
That
Doritos.
acid would be in your top of your
Yeah.
Oh
jejunum.
boy.
Yeah, I don't. I got to disagree with that one. A couple more here. Tino says chicken piccata.
Piccata.
Yeah,
That's
as-
something you cook in a freaking skillet. Like have it like olive oil and like a side of angel hair. That's
Yeah,
like,
Is that the
can't be
Tina? Is that?
We won't say any
I know,
other
but
name.
is it related to somebody on the show?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
now I wonder why. I wonder
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
What is he thinking?
Yeah.
He can't be serious.
Yeah.
piccata.
That sounds
I
like
mean, I
somebody
like-
I know.
I
really
like it,
well.
but
Yeah, that.
wow.
I guess so.
Don't leave the pan on.
Few more. Jacob says donuts.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
That's a sweet
That's
one
like
for
a
you.
sweet. I could
yeah.
do
Yeah.
that one definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely donuts the next day. Like fractured prune donuts.
Ugh.
What'd you guys think of those?
God.
Good.
Oh, I could eat about
I ate one
30
of
of
those.
those.
What night was it when your dickhead brother ate all the fucking pizza? I had to eat a donut, but it was good. That was a good late night.
what-
dinner.
I don't
Real
recall.
quick, what did Ace say when you got back? He sorry he just was too hard.
he couldn't stop eating. Didn't give
What
a
was
shit
that?
about it.
What was that? Two goes or Pinos?
Two goes.
goes.
Two goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was starving. So I
Somehow
had to
they
eat it.
told Jubb and I we ate a piece of that the next day. I don't even remember doing
Neither
it.
of us remembered eating.
So
it.
Brian left 2 pieces
Oh,
for
yeah.
3 guys.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well, we
feel
should-
bad now.
I think I would have offered it to you, Chris, but I don't remember. So yeah, hey, but you know what? The fractured prune wasn't a bad alternative.
No.
Those donuts are phenomenal.
Yeah,
Those are
my
really good.
number one rule in life: never pass up a donut, and if you're going to do it right. So
Well,
there you
you
go.
did both there,
Yeah.
and they're right where they need to be.
All right, we'll finish up here. We got 2 more that we'd like to see your guys' opinion on. From Lexi, she says a hot dog from Wakeham's.
Those are strong.
That's
boy, I like that. That's under the radar.
That is a strong play.
That's kind of the best hot dog now that Louis is going.
Does that only apply when you get drunk in Wakeham's?
No.
I want to know what she.
I don't think they do DoorDash yet, but
she said a hot dog, but it's got to be from Wakeham's.
That's
what
good.
So.
I like that. Good answer.
That's a good one. All right, our last one here from Kyle. I'm going to say this isn't a serious answer, and he says sardines.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
I think that's something I'd argue with Coach Dell about.
I go oysters, but not sardines.
Jared, you know what else Cooley said that I thought was hilarious? He said DP dough.
Oh, yeah, he did say DP dough.
The Morgantown, all of our buddies from Morgantown, like I remember talking to him, have you ever had DP dough sober? And then Wesley one time said, yeah, I had it one time sober, and it was really, really disappointing.
That's probably why everybody rant and raves about it, is because they don't know any better.
It is amazing how some foods taste great when you're drunk and they taste like shit. Like your dad always gets that cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
He loves them.
Those things are awful if you eat them sober.
I've had them sober a few times.
They're like eating sand. The bun's like sandpaper or something.
He eats them about like 3 bites when he like we're not even out of the McDonald's
And
parking lot. He's got
and he can't stop and eat it in the parking lot. He's got to eat it while he's driving.
That's when him and Champ went through there a couple weeks ago after one of our shows.
Oh, Champ had a Big Mac.
And you said he was trying to eat it in the car, and your dad wouldn't let him.
No, he said. I think Champ said, "Are we can eat these in the car?"
Well, for those of you that don't know, Champ, he's a very neat and tidy eater, so it would have worked out well.
Yeah, judging from the story of the onions and the poker chips, yeah.
Yeah, well, he puts he puts his napkin in his shirt, and
very proper,
his silverware, and
uses his knife and fork.
Got a plate laid out, and
Chris, you were going to say something.
And before we wrap up the Ocean City talk, I think it was Saturday when Matt took us down to the inlet. He wanted to show Jarrett what was all about down there.
Yeah.
And
that's a
I
great
remember standing there, and I got excited to go on that Ferris wheel. So
good job,
Jarrett, myself, and Jubb, I was like a little kid. I hadn't been on a Ferris wheel in decades, and we rode on that, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool being up that high to get a view from up that high. But then after that, Jubb and Jarrett went on the roller coaster was right next to it, and I wanted to ask how your head or neck, because Jubb
he almost missed the show because of a concussion.
Right, Jubb got knocked around pretty good.
And it's not like a huge roller coaster, but it packs a punch. And coming down the end, my head banged around in the seat. And I swear I told him I thought I got knocked out. Like
he didn't know where he was.
My vision, I couldn't see. And then my like, I don't know, my C4 vertebrae, it hurt for 2 days.
Well, when we got to the end, when we stopped, he said, "Oh my God, I think I just got knocked out." Well, he really was concerned. Well, yeah, we were going, but on that roller coaster, you start forward and then you go. You go backwards.
What
happened when you were going backwards on the loop, right?
And my brain couldn't comprehend what was happening, because you're like all your force is going forward, but you're going this way, and then you do a flip, and you don't know where you're going. Anyway, I could have brain damage, but
body trauma.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you guys think of Thrashers? Well, Jubb, you've had them, I think. Right?
Oh my gosh, that was my first time. The vinegar
Thrashers fries.
You have Thrashers?
I can't remember.
Well, you got to try those next time you go.
They're
like on the boardwalk.
Best fries ever, and they'd be great to eat when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
That could take my
Get a giant bucket.
What's all on them?
So basically it's called Thrashers, and the only thing that they sell is French fries, just plain, right out of the fryer. And then they have a big cart that has like 10 bottles of vinegar
they're
and
all
10
hand-cut,
things of salt.
and then they recommend the vinegar, and that's the way to go.
And they're that good?
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
You see people like the whole boardwalk walking
the most
with a
famous
bucket.
thing down there, the best thing they have by far. Yeah.
I'd be close to $4 if I lived in Ocean
There's
City.
no doubt about it. I said that today to my brother. I said, it's a good thing they don't have a Thrashers or a Popeyes in Wheeling, or jeez. I'd be dead already.
Before I left, I weighed myself all the time, and I was 193 when I left. And when I got on the scale yesterday when we got home. Did we get home yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got home yesterday. I was 203. I gained.
fucking way.
I'm telling you, I went from 193 to 203.
That's weird because I
Whoa,
weighed
look how-
myself this morning.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Look how good those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they stack them too. They don't skim.
Yeah, they just pound them in there.
How much does that run you? About 15?
Yeah, the
16?
large. Just when
No,
you guys
I
saw
don't
the
think-
large, I thought it said it was
Oh,
like 22
the
or
large,
something. But
like
it's like $7 for the small
No,
ones. I think.
the small's like $7-8.
They're worth every single dime.
Yeah, they look
You
awesome.
said you were like, usually I get a bigger one. I was like, yeah, there's no
Yeah,
way
no,
I'm gonna eat
because
these.
then eat the little one, and you're like, we looked at each other and we're like, I want another one. We're like, no, better not. Then we went and ate a meal anyway at Fishtail. So
Jesus.
anyway, it was a fun trip.
Yep.
Glad you guys came. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was a-
everybody go to Ocean City.
Yeah.
was a good time.
Okay, so last week, what I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we had some picks that we put out. We put those out every Sunday or Monday, just depending on whenever. We try to get them out on Sunday, but sometimes we don't get them out till Monday. Either way, no, wait. No, that's the wrong thing. I'm talking about, what am I thinking of? I'm
good.
thinking of polls.
Yeah,
we
no,
get the
yeah.
picks
Picks on
out
Friday.
on Friday. Sorry. Picks come out on Friday. And you can see those. Those always come out on Friday at about early in the morning, so between 9 and 11, you'll see those come out. But last week we were in a bit of a rush because we were leaving early in the morning for Ocean City. But I want to make a few clarifications here. So if you look on this bet sheet from last week, Jarrett had UCLA or Jarrett in the what was that? Florida.
Had Florida State.
It was Florida State UCLA game in baseball. He had Florida. I put on here that he had UCLA, so that's the opposite.
And Florida State did win, so that was
Yes,
you would have had
then
a winner.
Yeah, I would've
Chris,
had a winner.
Chris had. I have on here. Chris had. Let me see what you had on here. You had.
it was the Lightning.
He had
on
Tampa. He should have had it Sunday.
Yes,
And he had it Saturday.
yes,
But
Tampa-
they did win.
Yes, Tampa Bay should be from the Saturday picks. Tampa Bay for Chris should be on Sunday, and then on Saturday I have it on money line. I have the Pirate logo on the Arizona Diamondbacks pick for Coach.
So your dad actually was trying to choose Arizona, was that-
Yes.
and they lost.
Yeah, they lost.
He'd have
I
been
had-
better off with the Pirates.
Yeah.
and I actually had the Pirates, but you actually put the Brewers.
And I
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, well,
Yeah.
hey, that improves our record because I
Yeah.
had that marked as a loss.
Yeah, no,
so
I had the
I had
Pirates.
us as 6-13, so maybe we were 7-12 instead.
Yeah. Okay. So that was just a few clarifications I wanted to make. But I don't know. We need to. Sometime we need to read our whole whole
I have though. I had
stats, but
I
we'll
forgot
do
to
it.
write
We'll
down,
do
but
it
6,
sometime.
7-12 last week.
Yeah.
But I did have there was one of those paid pretty good, like double what a unit would be. So
Yeah, Chris, you're on fire.
Last week I was 5-0. Now I'm 7-0, and I still have yet to make a bet. So I was thinking about that. Even if I'd have just bet like $10 each.
what if you just
game.
rolled it over every game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we said if you would have bet those, they wouldn't.
Well,
hit.
I might do this tonight. Does Tampa play tonight?
Yes.
Okay. When I leave, I'm probably gonna bet Tampa tonight and just
Get on the Rangers. Oh, that's to be too late.
yeah,
and that'll be amazing because I mean we don't do picks for the weekday games,
Yeah.
but I'll take Tampa tonight to even the series, and if I bet it, I bet they will lose. So it's just weird, but I've made $0.
That's funny you say that, Chris, because I think the Rangers are out of luck. And I think Tampa's a better team.
Yes.
And Nick was right about maybe it is their year. Like the Rangers can finally do it, but that Lightning are really, really good from what I've watched, and I think they take care of it tonight. If
They would tie it up then
Yeah, tie it
tonight.
up.
They're at home.
How about the Avalanche? How long of a break they're about to have?
I was thinking about that. If this
spot.
Eastern Series goes 7 games,
I mean, they get a week and a half off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
they're
beneficial.
good. They're good.
Now, they lost Kadri, though. That's a big loss.
What happened?
He broke his thumb. I guess he jammed it. I didn't see the play, but I guess he blasted it into the boards, and I guess he's done. Like,
Good.
done.
Just
Is
shout-
that-
Yeah, he's a real fucking dick. So I
He's
don't
a
feel
cheap-
sorry
he's
for
a
him at
cheap
all.
shot
He is.
artist.
He's a very
He's a
dirty player,
so
he
fuck
deserves
him.
what he gets.
He's a dirty bastard.
Yep.
All right.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Matt, did your Sydney Swans cover that 23?
They did, and you know what makes me frustrated about that game, Jarrett, is I was tempted to give that as a money line play. They were a 23-point dog, and they won outright. So,
No way.
Yeah, that would
Jeez.
have brought us up in the unit
Yeah,
count a little bit. We need it because
Did it?
I've been giving losers out left and right. But I did have one in NASCAR far. Eric Jones was a good one too. So
Yeah, that
I
was
just
good.
saw too. You had this at the Adelaide Crow. How do you say
Yeah,
it?
the Crows.
Adelaide Crows 38.5
Yeah.
favorites. Did they cover?
No, they won by 36. Some fucking guy missed a kick at the end, and it only counts. So if you guys don't know Aussie rules, they have like 2 sets of goalposts. So think of like in football, and they go down to the ground. So the guys, like, it's not like the single post with the 2 going out and up. But anyway, there's 2 sets of them. If you kick it inside the inner ones, the real tight ones, it's worth 6. If you miss and you get inside the wide ones, it counts as 1. So they call it a behind. So a guy had a perfect kick to cover the spread, and he missed it. He got a behind. And
What happens? What happens if it hits the inside pole?
if it hits the inside pole and goes out, it's a behind. It doesn't. If it hits anything in the inside pole, it'll count as 1.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, but yeah, that's
I just think that's interesting. The lines on that. How
yeah. It's a good sport. And check it out.
I feel like American football should bring that in.
Yeah,
too.
no, it's very fast paced. Referees don't get involved. There's not penalties. It's just such a good flowing game.
Do you
very,
think
very enjoyable.
there will be any major changes to sports? Like would they ever introduce something totally new to a sport?
I think they have to at some point, because think about the generation under us on how short their attention span is.
Yeah.
That's why baseball's dying, unfortunately.
Yeah, which stinks, because like now they're trying to make so many adjustments at the minor league right now with baseball, with like a pitch clock, with like random things happening, like stuff that just doesn't make any sense, so more people will watch. But yeah, I think there's going to be massive changes at some point.
They're just some dumb things, I think. But one thing I do think is really cool, I think stealing first base. I think that's fucking awesome.
Stealing first.
Stealing
Explain it
first.
to 'em.
Yeah, just like if there would be if there would be like a wild pitch or a pass
can
ball,
take
you
off.
could just take off.
It doesn't have to
run
be
the
strike
first, and you
3.
don't have to be.
Wait
Not
a
bad.
second.
That could lead to some.
That's
some
not
excitement.
not like an official minor league rule, but I think they tried to do it in like maybe
It's like a drop
low-
third
like a
strike kind of
low-
thing.
yeah,
I
like a-
like that.
So it could be the first pitch
Yeah,
of the
first
bat,
pitch
guy
would be-
throws away, I take
could
off
take
the
off.
first.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love
but I
that.
guess if like it takes a bad ricochet right back to the catcher, and then
You
could
could end up having something
I've
that
never heard
would replace Chris's favorite thing as a triple, because there's barely any of those anymore.
Yeah.
That if it got back to the backstop and something went wrong, maybe the guy gets the third in
he
a diving play.
whips it over.
How would you do it if there's a guy on base? Like,
Yeah, that's how it's gonna
there's a guy on
ask.
first.
I think it's occupied just like in a real
Right.
game.
Yeah, but
right.
yeah.
So,
if there's a guy,
but what if there's a guy on third? Because he
Yeah.
could score on a wild pitch.
I would
So
say,
why
yeah,
can't
yeah.
you move up?
I would
Yeah.
say probably if there's a guy
I like
on third,
it.
you
That's
could,
pretty good.
I know, but
You ought to be the baseball commissioner, because that Manfred
I'd be
guy's
better
a
than
fucking
Manfred.
buffoon. He doesn't
I-
know what he's doing. He's an idiot.
Well, they should let 2 guys on the same base, and then confuse the defense.
That's like
That's like got a naked gun. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
So
Right.
both guys would be safe. Like
Well, with the 2 guys at second base, and then I don't know, one guy's. I don't know. It would just be interesting.
hey, Chris, the umpires have a hard enough time getting basic calls right. I don't think they'd be doing very well with that. That could lead
It was
to
just
some
an idea.
massive
Chris, I saw
confusion.
something too the other day. I think it was might have been a double-A game. The team was down 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and they had I think it was runners on first and second, and the pitcher for their team hit 4 straight guys, and they lost the game. On a walk-off hit by pitch, they hit 4 straight guys.
You think after the third he might?
Well, and that pitcher's probably in a mental health clinic this morning.
How could you do that?
It's impossible.
gotta-
It's impossible.
Jared, have you seen this? Well, all of you guys. Something popped up. This, I don't know how many years ago it was, but the Grand Illusion was the name of it. Miami versus
It's a good song.
Wyoming,
Yes.
maybe. I can't remember. Miami did this play where the fake throwaway.
Oh, yeah.
Where they
yeah.
faked it, and the whole
Okay.
team acted like they were running
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
it.
I have
did.
seen that a few times.
Isn't that what we did?
Yeah.
And-
Jubb was. We actually. This is
Yeah,
funny,
you guys, that was great.
Yeah, it was called.
we were there for that.
Green
Chris.
86 or something. We acted like we threw it into left.
Oh, that was thunder. Yeah.
Threw it into left center field, and Jubb was in right field doing because he
I
wasn't
was do-
involved in
When
the
these guys
play.
played Legion ball, they're talking about
The
here.
way you the play goes is the pitcher's got the ball. There's a guy on second. He spins around to pick the guy off on second, but he tucks the ball into his glove, and then everybody that's in the line of where
Yeah,
he
so-
would have
so-
thrown, they act like the ball got
Yeah,
away.
yeah, shortstop, the second baseman, the left fielder, and the center fielder running like it's into left center, and hey, get it in,
Yeah,
shit.
so it goes to left center. I'm playing right field for whatever reason. I don't know why I played in the outfield. I can't move to save my life, but I'm playing in right field, and I had nothing else to do, so I just started spinning in circles with my hands in the air.
Oh, this was Miami versus Wichita State when they did that fake play. That's who it was.
I vaguely remember that, actually.
1982 College World Series game in
Yep.
Omaha.
Yeah,
I remember
Wait,
seeing that.
Did that
Okay.
did that affect the play?
They threw the guy out.
that really sold the play a lot.
He looked at me and said, something's wrong.
So if he saw that, he just figured he better run.
Well, if he saw him, he's standing still, he wouldn't have bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
but
sold it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I never heard that detail about that play, but spinning around with
I do
your
remember him
hands up in
talking
the air.
about that.
Yeah. So we got Matt. We got your Belmont Stakes coming up.
Yeah, Belmont this weekend. Final race of the Triple Crown. Pretty cool card at Belmont Park on Saturday. There's like 8 Grade 1 races, so really good racing there. I'm not real impressed with the field, though, for the Belmont Stakes. It's only 8 horses, and I'm a little bit concerned. There's a horse called We the People, the number 1 horse, and he's the lone speed in the race. So he could get loose on the lead and maybe wire the field, so that worries me a little bit. But I'm hoping my boy Mo Donegal, the number 6, can hang in there a little bit and sit closer, and maybe he has a shot to get some late run. But it's a 1.5 miles, so this is a test for these. And we also have a filly in the field, too. So she's the number 3 called Nest. And she's pretty strong. She's bred to run really far, so she could be all right. But the pace scenario is going to be troublesome for some of these closers. So I got to study it a little bit more, and I'll be putting it out with the Pine Room picks on Friday. So, but watch. It could be rainy. Could be fun.
Matt, 1.5 miles. How fast do these horses usually run?
I mean, they're running like, I don't know, close to 30 miles an hour.
Oh,
more,
so that 1.5 miles gonna.
Yeah, no, it's a long test.
While,
yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So this was we actually had that. Did I have that on the? I thought I had that on the history, not to jump ahead, but didn't I have Secretariat?
Secretariat wins the
73, wasn't it?
105th Belmont Stakes, becoming the first Triple Crown
There
winner
you
in
go.
25 years.
Yeah,
in
that's what I thought. Yeah, and
1973.
I was going to put his time on there, but I forgot. So, but no, it's a battle. But it's weird. A lot of people think that horses that are far back, like the closing types, it would suit their style, but it has suited the front runners a little bit more. So with that, only that We the People as the fast horse, I think he's really going to have a good chance. But, hopefully not. I'm hoping for Mo Donegal, but I gotta read the forms and check the weather, because that'll make a difference, definitely.
With the weather, does it ever does it get rainy enough where they cancel it?
No, they would delay it for lightning. But I mean, I've never seen they'll take turf racing, which this is a dirt race, obviously, but turf races they'll move off of turf because they want to protect the course. But you won't see a cancellation of a race for anything other than a mechanical failure or severe lightning, and a race of this size, they would just delay it a little bit. So
just
running
take
in
their chances in the lightning.
Well, yeah, they're jockeys. Yeah, geez, those poor guys.
Have them carry umbrellas.
But yeah, right. That's pretty. Chris, get it up on top of their cap like a little umbrella. That's all right.
Who won the? Well, good. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Ask.
Who won the Preakness?
The Preakness is won by that horse that I gave out. Hang on. It was a Chad Brown. Early voting. Yeah,
now,
I couldn't think of
his early voting in this one?
No, he's not. He skipped. And he's not a Belmont horse. He's a speed horse.
No.
1.5 miles he'll burn up. But no, they're the horses do move up. Some of them will move up significantly on the wet tracks. So that in the bloodlines, you kind of look for that. So keep an eye out and hopefully get a pick that can win again for the Belmont on Saturday.
I hope you win a lot of money.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was looking up, not to make things dark, but because I've always wondered.
Here we go.
That usually means it's gonna get dark, but
it's light now, Job. It was just dark.
Yeah, I know, but I was looking up because I was curious because I was watching some horse races after. I forget what I was doing, but I was watching horse races, and then I just was curious why. Because like if a human breaks their leg, you recover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could break anything and pretty much come back full health, depending on how bad the break is. But I was looking at, I was always wondered why when a horse breaks their leg, they instantly get put down. There's no, and I read that because number one, horses are massively heavy and that soft tissue in their leg. I read that something, I can't remember what the bone was. I was trying to look it up while you guys were talking, but there was some kind of bone that just no matter what you do as a horse, because you're so heavy and you have those bones, they say that they're light enough for them to they're not heavy so that they can't move. They're light. That's why they can go fast, because their bones are light. But they said that when those bones break, it's not usually like a clean break. They just shatter. They just like explode. So
was it the hyoid bone? Was that the one you were talking about?
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure that was the one you meant.
And they say that those body parts obviously need blood supply, and like you can't anyway, I'm
getting
going
the blood
on about
flow
it
back to them is almost impossible.
because they're just so big. They're just huge,
Yeah.
massive animals, which is sad. But
It's really sad when it happens. There's some terrible videos to watch.
Yeah.
Horrible.
yeah,
So hopefully all the equine athletes are safe this weekend.
again, leave it up to me. You make it dark.
Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Tape them up. They'll be
Yeah,
all right.
good. Well, not good stuff, but horrible stuff.
Jubb, what do you on to brighter pastures? Hopefully nobody gets skull damage at UFC 275. What do you like anything, or are you going to wait till Friday to give us the big
I'll
picks?
probably wait till Friday, like you. I'm kind of unprepared. Yeah, we had a long weekend, so I haven't really looked at much. But I'll give picks later in the week. I'll throw those out on the sheet. But as far as the main card goes, I go Teixeira, and then
So you think he takes the headline fight then?
Yeah,
Teixeira?
yeah.
Okay.
I just think that's a safe bet. I'd have to look more into the stats of both guys, but I'm just gonna go with Teixeira for now.
Two things, Matt. I don't know who Oregon plays the first week, but because I'm wearing this shirt today,
Whack.
I'm taking Oregon, whatever their spread is, whoever they play. Just remember that. And it could go possibly
You know what?
badly.
Don't they play somebody good? I think.
Oh, here we go.
No, it may not be week one, but they play somebody good.
Okay,
Go ahead and ask me the second one while I look it up.
And number 2, right here, it says NFL schedule discussion and win total bets. The Steelers haven't moved from 7.5.
Yeah.
And I think they got better this offseason, so I took over 7.5.
Are you ready for the
Of course
opponent?
you did.
Georgia.
Oh. Well, maybe Oregon's like plus like
No,
8.5,
my
9.5.
Miami Hurricanes got the old coach of Oregon. So.
What's a way too early
Yeah, but-
line right there on Oregon and Georgia?
Well, I don't know. I got to see if that's a neutral. I think it's a neutral field. So I mean, Georgia will be favored, but,
But Georgia, I mean, had like
They lost
12
a lot,
guys.
no, their
drafted.
defense. I think that game could be an over bet, right? Shoot, Georgia defense has to replace everybody.
Yeah.
So no, tough
Saying
one.
over.
So you still think Steelers over? Huh?
Over 7.5. I think that might be my first Pine Room podcast lock.
What is a law?
That's what I'm saying. They,
Over 7.5
over
wins,
7.5 wins.
I feel like 7.5 is low.
And the Steelers under their head coach job have never had a losing record.
But are you saying this because you're just a sports fan or because you're a Steeler fan?
You know the answer to that.
What do you
Job.
got-
So
Matt,
that's like when I asked Cooley that, and the Bucks are going to go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl. That's what he'll say.
You know it.
I know the answer to that.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a bad bet, but I'll tell you what will play a role to me is I'll look on that schedule and start going through the games. When do they play Cleveland? If they play Cleveland both times before Deshaun Watson comes back, I'd say they have a shot of winning at least one of those games.
Yeah.
Maybe. If they have Deshaun Watson, I don't
The
think.
only thing that
Chris
worries
may
me is a
agree.
healthy Ravens team, too.
Oh, I think the Ravens are the team to beat.
Lamar
in that.
Jackson's really, really good when he's healthy, and like
Contract year, too.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow's only getting better. So
Ravens had a lot of injuries last year, and I think they'll kind of they can't be cursed like they were last year, so they'll be good. Browns are going to be very good, and then I think the Bengals take a backslide. To be honest,
Yeah.
they're good, but
And our buddy who cuts my hair that played baseball with us, Coop, he was saying that he thinks that the Broncos are going to be really bad, even with Russ.
I mean, they have talent. I don't know. I'm interested. That team to me is the most interesting team this year about how they'll be because their defense has been pretty good for a while, but their offense, they have guys, but I don't know. Chris, what do you think about that?
What?
Denver, Browns, what?
Well, the Browns are the Browns. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a curse. When a couple weeks ago, when my buddy Tony, who's a season ticket holder, I mean, we drink the Kool-Aid every year. We got this guy. We got, we loaded up, and they get Watson, and they said they did their due diligence and all this stuff, and now there's a 24th accusation. So I'm
these women.
Yeah.
Are they all making it up?
I don't know, but it's the Browns, so the good fortune does not follow them. So I would say that probably the Ravens will win that division.
Yeah, I agree. Jubb, what do you think?
They did well in the draft too. The Ravens did.
Jubb thinks the Baltimore Colts are going to win the division.
Johnny Unitas.
I just listen to this. It just sounds like I'm.
Well, Jubb, here's something.
Sounds like the teacher in the Peanuts.
Here's something you can relate to though, Jubb.
Can I?
Nike signs Rachel Heck to first NIL deal, and it made me think: if you were still a college athlete playing baseball, who would you want your NIL deal to be with?
That's a good question.
So, Jubb, I'm saying like you are. Let's say you're the top left-hand pitcher in the country. Every company is coming to you offering you a deal, but you can only pick one because your university said you can only have one NIL.
Are they
deal.
all the same price? Like, am
Let's
I
just
getting
say
all the same money?
All the same money, but like obviously, if you would go to Chipotle, you would get this. Like if you went to Chevy, you would get like a car.
Oh, so I get perks from
You
all
get-
these
you-
places.
Not only do you get $500,000 from the place you pick, but you get their perks, whatever they're offering.
Boy.
So come on.
All right,
top
I
of
was
your
gonna
head.
say before I learned about perks, I was gonna say Sweet Baby Ray's. I think that'd be a great one. But if I'm gonna get perks, I just don't want barbecue sauce.
He's
on
just
the
gonna
way.
drink barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I'd go. Give me Wendy's. I'd like to be a
Wow.
Wendy's. Yeah, Wendy's.
Wendy's. Wow.
Wendy's
You and
NIL
Reggie
deal.
Miller.
Boy, I'd look like Bartolo Colon after a couple years with them.
But man, you throw strikes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's
Yeah.
one thing he didn't do.
Hey, he hit a couple home runs though.
You could shower yourself in Wendy's chili
Oh,
and
I
nuggets.
could have a Dave's double in the shower.
Yeah.
That'd be unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
another one waiting outside when you were done.
Oh,
Yeah, like I get right off the mound and I come into the dugout and I got a Dave's double. I got a bowl of chili and I gotta eat it in the
He's
dugout.
eating between innings.
Yeah, I
every
gotta
time.
eat it.
And a strawberry
One
lemonade.
Wendy's item he's got to take out to the mound with him.
A 6-piece nugget.
Jared,
yeah.
what would yours be if you had to pick your
Chick-fil-A.
sponsorship NIL?
yeah, I guess if we're going
Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Raising Cane's, those are all in the mix.
Chick-fil-A though, I
Yeah,
can't wait.
that's good.
That's
You
where
guys
we
had a good
stopped
lunch
We
yesterday?
did. It was very good.
Soup, what about you?
I'd probably just be sponsored by Marvel.
Oh, okay, all right.
What do you get from that? Oh, what if you? Hey,
You
what
can
if?
dress like the
you get to
latest
be in a movie?
superhero.
No,
Yeah.
what if my NIL deal was they weren't going to pay me a single penny, but they let me be in every single Marvel movie while I was in college?
That would be all right.
I'd take
I think
that.
you could parlay
Yeah,
that
I'd
into
take
something.
that.
Yeah, but you don't get a dime.
No.
Not from them, but somebody else
Yeah,
might pay
somebody-
you.
I don't
sounds
get a
like a
dime
steal.
Because then you
anyway.
can
What
go
would
do guest appearances and get paid.
Yeah.
That's a good. Real quick. What would your superpower be?
Wow.
I know
I'd be
mine.
able to teleport to any restaurant in the world.
I could have said that. I was gonna say teleport for the amount of shit you do. You could just teleport everywhere. That's
I think
unbelievable.
flying would be cool. Like I think some of that. Here's some. Can I give my cold pit or my cold mug real quick?
Save it.
Okay, I'll save it. Well, anyway, I think flying would be cool, and I think like some of like the powers that like
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Evie
Evie's losing her
disagrees.
mind.
Yeah,
She said
Evie
no,
didn't
you're
like
way
it.
off.
Super-
there.
No.
super strength and all that stuff. I think is like really overrated. Ant-Man's is kind of cool.
Okay, Chris is giving the look like Jubb's giving when we're talking about football right now. And I'm not far behind. I got a little bit of an idea, but yeah.
All right, what would yours be, Matt?
My
Your NIL
my
deal.
NIL deal? Oh boy, I'd probably be something with some sort of. I think it would be cool to be sponsored by a team like the biggest, like the New York Yankees, or like in my case would be like Real Madrid or something like that. You just have everything Real Madrid, the biggest football club in the world, and they're your sponsor, and
That'd
you're
be
like
cool
in
as
ads
shit.
and shit for them and on billboards.
Ooh,
I
that'd
think
be
it'd be
pretty
all
cool.
right.
That's a
be
good
sweet.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my superpower would be being able to see 2.5 minutes into the future. That's all I need, and I'd be good for life. It's about how long it would take in a horse race, and I'd have it all. I'd have all the winners, and I'd be good.
Yeah.
That's a
Chris,
great-
what's your NIL deal?
I'll go Net Jets.
Oh, that's strong.
what is net?
Private, that's the private jet
Private
company.
jet.
You ever see
No
all those
way.
golfers? They all got it on their stuff.
So
Yeah.
then, we go wherever
That's
we
good,
want.
Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Chris,
very
that's
so
good.
We
we
could've
get
went
about
to
and
Ocean
then
City in
we-
like an hour.
We can take Matt to a Chelsea game over
Yeah.
in Europe, and then
We can eat chicken
We'll-
nuggets
we'll-
on the
we'll-
plane with
hey,
Jarrett and Jubb's
we'll go to
food picks.
we'll go to a Steeler game on the road with
Sweet.
you, Soup.
Chris,
so,
this is awesome.
Man.
All
I
right.
just think it'd be so
So-
easy just
hey,
to go
maybe-
everywhere.
So we'll fly everywhere
that'd be
with
fun.
Chris. Matt will be able to see if the plane crashes.
Right.
And I'll be able to
We'll-
win us money that we'll be able to spend on the trip.
Jared and I will supply the food, and then we'll watch Soup's movie on the way there.
Let me ask you this
We'll fly
question.
to his shoot.
If Matt can tell us that the plane's going down, can we put other people on it that we don't like?
Well,
And
we got to
and
get off. I only get
Yeah.
2.5
No,
minutes.
we
We
get
got to
off.
crack the
We get-
parachutes.
Oh, no,
Parachute.
that's right. We only know two. That
So we always
that
travel
kills
with
it.
5 shoots. It's a case.
Matt, what if
That's great,
What
though.
if your superpower was you could see 2.5 minutes, but every third time it was wrong?
Well, I could still live with that because then I'd kind of know the whole 1 out of 3, but I'm due. It's like rolling in the roulette. It's got to
but
come up my way
wouldn't that
sometime.
scary though? Like walking down the coastal highway and they said, Matt, in 2.5 minutes you're gonna get hit by a bus.
Well,
what
and
you
I
gonna
was
do?
wrong. I didn't. Yeah, hopefully. No, it was a train. No, it was one of those little car things. Little
yeah.
blue
Yeah.
cars. It looks like one of those paddle boats over
Yeah.
at Ogleby with wheels. Did you ever see those before? They're these mini little cars. They look like plastic. They look like Mattel made them, and they're driving down the road in Ocean City.
They only have 3 wheels too.
Yeah,
I
they're
think.
3-wheelers.
It looks like a miniature toy you get in a box of cereal.
like a
to-
wind up.
Yeah.
You pull it back and
But
it goes
it-
forward.
It's
Matt,
like
you
those
said
little
that-
people houses.
You said they're too short because they're under
They
your
are. So if
mirrors.
if you're up in an SUV and you're sitting on and you're trying to change lanes, they are rolling so slow. It'd be like under the desk, so you look in your blind spot and you're like, "There's nothing there." I don't know how more of them aren't killed out there.
Chris.
Stay away from those if you go to the OC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris,
Dangerous.
what would your superpower be?
Just beat up whoever the hell I felt like. Not
What,
that-
without consequence?
right, exactly. Teflon.
But every 5th time you try to beat someone up, you get your ass whooped.
Oh,
Now I'll stop at 4.
yeah.
Yeah. What would your superpower be?
I feel like invisibility would be pretty cool. I think I could.
Right.
I think I could do some
You could do some good things with that.
mischievous things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Joe, maybe a good superpower would be, and this isn't a superpower, but I wish I had the ability to not be hungover.
I was going to guess that, Chris. That's perfect.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
tell you what, people would probably pay a lot of money for that superpower.
They try. They sell those products and none of them work.
Yeah,
No,
they had that like, isn't there like a
it's-
company
What was that one called? Chasers or
Yeah,
something?
Chasers.
It didn't work.
Mine would be luck. Just luck. I would be lucky in every circumstance. I could like
Well, what's the difference between lucky and good?
like luck. So like
Pure luck.
What, like you buy me a
scratch off.
scratch off.
Okay.
I scratch it
All right.
off. It's a winner. Or
All right, so-
I fall out of a plane. I fall out of a plane
Right.
and I land in a hay bale.
Well, like that guy that you said had all the unluckiest lucky guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He was from he's like a Chechen man, and he was
Well,
in a,
you're immediately if you're born over there, you're not lucky. So that you start out with
his
-1.
plane blew up. He crashed into a river on a bus. 2 cars exploded.
He got struck by lightning.
Struck by
didn't he?
lightning twice, and then he won the lottery.
So if you were lucky, would you like do things to like test your luck? Like would you go into a gator pit or
Yeah.
walk through Alligator Alley with like chickens attached to you? Raw
Yeah,
chickens?
yeah. I'd
That'd
just
be something to see. I mean,
Walk through Alligator Alley.
yeah, but eventually, wouldn't someone like a little voice say, "All right, like you're starting to abuse your power"?
Go into lion
You're-
pit over in Africa,
Right.
just walk through the safari, poke the lions.
yeah.
Try
I'd
to-
just do
hey,
all kinds.
Try
of
to
stuff.
run off, kidnap a baby bear cub, and see what the mother does to you. I don't know how lucky you could be then.
Like
That'd be-
you could do anything. You could do anything. You could drive like in the other lane of traffic as fast as you want, and you're lucky. No one's in there.
Jeez,
or
that's
they,
like that movie Tenet. Did you ever see that before?
oh yeah,
Christopher
well,
Nolan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
That's
could crawl
reason.
across,
Go
across,
backwards and-
coastal highway, just like army crawl.
Like Frogger. Yeah, just, army crawl.
You, you could
Curry
do it.
needed some of your luck the other night.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah.
Ran out
See,
flame.
would have landed on pillows. Yeah.
Her quilted northern.
No, angel soft.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, how could I forget, Chris? That's good.
goodness.
Oh, jeez. And the
With
Gerber
yeah,
baby
with
was
a-
there.
Yeah, with a bowl.
No
of
one I've
silver.
ever heard in my life has ever said they hated the Gerber baby, which is just.
But the first we brought up like the angel soft was it a boy or a girl? Didn't that get?
That was a huge
Yes,
discussion at a
he
bar
asked-
we were
he
at.
asked if the angel soft baby was a boy or a girl, and we spent like 30 minutes
Trying to
Go
research
figure.
it.
pulling up pictures and
Right.
debating in
Incredible.
the middle of an open bar.
So, hey, Jarrett, put that poll up. Did we ever find out? Let's go.
No,
Yeah, I don't
Boy-
think we ever
Boy
did.
or girl, angel soft baby.
Yeah, we'll put it on our social media.
And do
Please.
you or do you not like the Gerber baby?
Is the Gerber baby lovable or dislikable?
Right.
Yeah, Soup, for some, if you're probably sitting over here wondering what the hell's going on.
I'm just kind of trying to soak
He's
it
in
all
awe
in.
that this has actually been discussed.
Yeah,
That's what he
happened.
is.
Where did this come from? Because how can you be upset
Yeah.
with
We
the-
got some
with the-
unique minds that we know, and someday maybe they'll be on the show.
Yeah.
But just out of nowhere.
How could there be anything wrong with the Gerber baby?
That's what we were
That's
wondering.
that's a
He
question
hates
of
the
the
Gerber
year.
baby.
$1 billion question. Why?
He's hated a Gerber baby for at least 10
Hey,
years.
you know what he said to me the other day? He thought that Doris in the bar was actually the original.
Oh, yeah. Doris, hey, Soup. Doris was like a 70. What was she, 70?
She's late 70s, bar regular, nice lady, telling us some cool stuff about town.
Drinking ultras.
Yeah, pounding some
Yeah.
Michelob Ultras.
And she could have been a Gerber baby.
Yeah, right. Back
Yeah.
in 19 whatever it was. So.
Yeah.
She was sponsored by Boston.
1910.
That would be her NIL
Yeah, right
deal.
around the First World War.
Yeah. There's that bowling game in there. That
Puck bowling.
puck
Puck
bowling.
bowling,
That
yeah.
was fun. I've never seen that before. It's like it's kind of like shuffleboard, but instead of it going to the other side where the other person plays, it's like a big thing, and it's got these
The
pins
pins.
that hang down, and there's like these little tracks on the thing, and you slide the the puck roll hard.
What?
You guys have never seen that?
That would be all. I love.
Chris, we're
Sky.
old, man.
I had never
Yeah,
seen
we
it
are.
till then.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it's like shuffle, but with the pins actually drop down out of the top of the game.
It's called puck bowling.
Yeah.
puck bowling.
And speaking of shuffleboard guys, we got a few fans down in Carolinas that have been watching us. So what's up, the dog and Lou?
Yeah,
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah,
They were
down
in
there
town.
in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And,
They're legendary shuffleboard
Yes,
players in those
yeah.
parts.
And huge Notre Dame fans.
Yeah, go
down there
Irish.
in Raleigh. But I guess, Louis was in town over the weekend, and I think he was in maybe 4 or 5 days, whatever. But I found this out on the way up here that Louis whipped your dad's ass in shuffle on Sunday
Ooh.
night.
I was not aware of this either.
I didn't. I just found it,
That's
and
it.
it might have been doubles, but Louis beat Mark Delbrook, and Louis let him know. Louis a jackass.
Who was Mark's partner? Champ?
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Boy,
Tom
Wow.
against Louis and Big Daddy.
We'll have to get him up
Wow.
here. We'll have
Yeah.
to get him on next week for him to defend himself, and let's see what the
Yeah, 'cause
circumstances
you know how
of that
Louis,
battle were.
Louis blows off when he wins, and when he loses, he just
Hey,
he
Lou's just confident.
right.
Don't
Rack him up.
rack.
He wins.
That's
rack
a
'em up.
shirt. That's a shirt.
I can't wait for
Yeah.
Bocce, man.
But hi to Lou and
Yeah, hi guys.
Lou and
Yeah.
Dog.
Oh, real
Guys,
quick.
Thanks
yeah,
for
yeah.
listening.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you listening.
We love hearing that
My-
people. That's awesome that people
Yes.
listen across the and anyway.
My favorite thing that Dog ever said was take two and hit it to right.
Take two, hit it right.
Take two,
It's
hit
great
it to right.
advice. Great
That's all
advice.
you know.
I didn't-
Another saying that we kind of learned that we kind of have adopted now is Nick's assessment of AC/DC.
Yeah.
He said, and
last week, yeah.
last week we didn't really pay much attention to it. But real quick before we go to the next break, Nick said that we were talking about overrated bands.
And he
Nick
disrespected
says-
Michael Jackson too.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
yeah, I
is
did. I wasn't
he's
here for
not the
that,
king
but-
of pop anymore, according to Ned. But AC/DC now he said that AC/DC is exactly where they need to be. Exactly where they
and
need
we
to
were
be.
not talking about rankings
No.
or ratings, or there was no,
No.
polls or anything. It was
No.
just opinions about good or
Where
bad.
are they? Where were
Yeah,
they?
there was
where
nothing to base it off of. It
No,
just was
they're
right
just-
where they need to be.
And then we don't know
Well,
where
and
that
it's like
is.
something
And
Champ
I don't
would
think any of
say.
us even realized what he had said
No.
until we listened to it.
Yeah, they're right where they need to be. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I
He
know-
has to
Nick
be
doesn't know.
Yeah, I think he's
I like it.
He probably had this chart in his head that he saw the numbers of his greatest of all time.
They're not underrated, but they're not
yeah,
overrated.
he probably saw him at number 6, but he didn't want to explain to everyone where they were at, so he just said they're right where they need to be.
Less is more.
well,
sometimes.
You're
anyway,
defending- you're
yeah,
defending Nick.
That's the first
Yeah.
time I've heard a defense for
Well, he
him.
likes the way Nick calls balls and strikes.
He
down
does.
his game,
Nick
so.
does
you guys-
a
yeah.
phenomenal job. I'm
He's
serious.
playing a game here.
He does a really well. Maybe it's just because a lot of the umpires we work with are 50, 60, and 70 years old, just because they haven't retired yet. Nick comes in fresh, 25-year-old legs.
Yes.
He doesn't get all 7
In
innings.
prime
calls it
shape.
consistent. Yeah. So I mean, he does a really good job.
Wow.
I'd like for him to do one more game so I can kind of rip into him a little bit, but he hasn't missed a call yet, so I won't be able to rip into him.
Well, he's
wow.
right where he needs to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if anybody ever asks you how you are, like they come up to you and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" and I say, "I'm right where I need to be."
Yeah.
All right. And of course, we have to round out the show in the last couple of the last 30. Jesus.
It's all right, Jub. You're tired.
Bing bong.
All right. So as usual, as per usual, we got to round out the show with our two most infamous segments. We got This Week in History and Hot Pit Cold Mug. This week is brought to you by Duggar's
Duggar's.
Famous Chicken and Wings. They are, you go down and see Duggar down there. That's 195 29th Street in Wheeling. You can go down there right now. They're really promoting the 8-piece. We call it the Nick Special, the 8-piece and JoJo's. I think
That's Nick's NIL, right? With
yeah,
Duggar's.
Duggar's. Yeah.
I actually had that today for lunch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah,
JoJo's.
that
So
pig
good.
out sauce got me feeling
Oh, it
some
was
type
so
of
good.
way.
Listen, and I tell you, I mean, I think I had one of your chicken tenders in Ocean City. It's not even close.
Not
It's
even
not
close.
even close.
No.
I know I got shit on in the first time that we talked about Duggar's was there's such a difference between Duggar's chicken tenders and like chicken tenders that you get in other places. That's like as if you took a big chicken, took
nuggets.
it right off the. You don't even get like it's not like mushed up meat. It's meat. It's real.
No, they do. They
anyway,
do a phenomenal
yeah.
job.
JoJo's are great too. Yeah, I think Nick.
they are
I think
really
Nick
good.
does the. I think Nick does the 5.
Yeah, no,
he
he
doesn't
said.
quite do the 8.
He got mad when we said it was an 8. It was 5.
Yeah. But this week in history and Hot Bit Cold Mug brought to you by Duggar's, famous in chicken and wings. Go see the Duggar. So first off, Cooley's not here today for
Hitler talk.
He's not here for
And now where him and say it. They're on vacation and somewhere new every weekend.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
are
where
down-
they were this time.
They are down in
St. Thomas right
St.
now.
Thomas. Yeah.
Wow.
Cooley and them were
Beautiful.
snorkeling.
Jeez.
I don't know if you can do that drunk. Is that he asked if that
Say
was
can do
illegal.
anything drunk, so if
Yeah,
anybody
he's-
can do it,
Say's
I
a
can't imagine
superhero.
he'd be down there snorkeling sober. Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
I didn't even know Say
don't
could
touch any
snorkel.
jellyfish. Say.
You ever been stung by a jellyfish?
Oh yeah, actually it was. Yeah, yep.
I got
When I was
stung.
young,
I've
yeah.
been stung too. It's not fun.
No.
Didn't they
it's
tell?
a weird
Didn't they
pain.
say to get
You gotta pee
on yourself?
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's a myth.
I'd do that anyway. No. No, I don't know. They say it takes
There's
the
something
sting
in
away.
there's something in urine, like
in
uric
your-
acid or something like
Yeah.
that like neutralizes.
Neutralizes with the jellyfish.
I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
I hope I
There
don't
you
have
go.
to find out.
How good do the sandwiches look that SpongeBob makes from the jellyfish and SpongeBob?
Krabby
No.
Patty with jellyfish
With
jam.
Jellyfish jam.
Yeah,
Look good.
great,
That's
incredible.
amazing. You just thought.
We
about
having
that.
those at the Pine Room week 1.
Jellyfish jam.
Let's try.
All right, Soup, you want to start us out with this week in history? Anything you want to highlight?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that you had on there about some buckos on there. Honest,
Oh, yeah, Honus
Honus
Wagner.
Wagner records his 3,000th hit on June 9th, 1914. And I thought that was what's that, 108 years ago?
Jesus.
But
and,
speaking
and
of
there hasn't been a pirate to do it since.
No.
Oh no, Barry Bonds
yeah,
does.
Clemente got
Clemente had 3,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clemente
yeah,
got
yeah.
3,000.
He did.
But speaking of the buckos, Jarrett, you're a lot more realistic than I am when it comes to this stuff.
Oh boy.
Do we have a chance this year
Oh boy.
to at least compete?
Come on, Jared.
Compete with who? The
Be
Cubs?
honest.
I mean,
be honest.
Don't be like him.
right.
What about when the call-ups arrive?
Well, it depends. What's your definition of compete? Well, like,
I'm
as
saying
in,
like we
compete
go
for a-
into
for a
well,
playoff spot?
Well, you guys have a winning record against the Dodgers, the only
I'm
team.
saying
that
we go
does
into
that.
August in the wild card hunt. Get us into August. Too much.
I tell you what, I'd tell you after the All-Star break,
Okay.
because we know what happens every year.
Every
we get
year
hyped
we're
up
hot,
before the
hot in July, and then
after the All-Star break, we'll lose 15 in a row, and
Yeah.
then
But
Now, like Champ says, it'll never work.
It'll never
Coach
work.
Coach Dell's under's done.
No,
Yes.
as long as he loses
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
because
I don't know
agree with
shit
him.
about anything, but I know this. I know that the Pirates stink. So that's what I do know.
here we go.
You know who doesn't stink? Bing Crosby. So in honor of Nick,
Yes.
June 8th, 1942, Bing records Silent Night.
Wow.
Another one of Mr. Nardoni's
Yes.
favorites.
That's
That's
a good it's a relaxed one. If you're listening driving
Oh.
to the car, you got some snow coming
Got
down.
some alcoholic eggnog, and you can have a good time.
Yeah,
Silent Night.
Was that
that's
his,
what we partake in some eggnog here in a winter month.
What's your thoughts on eggnog, Chris? Take it or leave
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I
Little
don't-
shot here and there
yeah.
for the holidays.
I don't, yeah, it'd be like a small, like about
Little
a Dixie cup
yeah.
size. It's-
Somebody once told me that eggnog was good on cereal as the milk.
I
Ew.
could see that.
I feel like it's a little thick.
It's so
for
yeah. Oh my God.
That's
All right,
yeah.
maybe.
Thin it out a little bit.
Maybe that's what. Hey, we should write this down. Let's
Eggnog
try,
with
eggnog
water.
with Count Chocula.
We'll try it. We'll try it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
remember that.
Okay.
Eggnog with
Well, we'll
cereal.
have to do that well, eggnog's seasonal, so we won't get it
Right.
till what probably
Eggnog
early
and
December.
Gerber baby food.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's gonna make for some good posts on TikTok.
Yeah. What else here? I'm seeing one that sticks out to me. June 8th, 452.
Yeah,
Attila the Hun invades Italy.
yeah.
Now-
he wanted he wanted chicken piccata. That's what he was going in for.
Yeah, I always get Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan mixed
Right.
up because they were two brutal guys.
Yes.
But yeah.
Attila the Hun now is said that he used to feed his men raw meat before battle to help them fight better. So,
Hey, speaking of Italy, Chris, we met in Chick-fil-A on the way home. We met Sicily.
Yeah,
Sicily.
yeah, very good. What we call them, waitress or worker? Service worker.
yeah.
Yes,
Sicily, I like that. Nice name.
Chick-fil-A.
Is
yeah,
that the
down-
one down by Soup's favorite place, the Coliseum? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one?
No.
Oh, you went to the other. You went to the newer one.
By the,
Okay.
by the
Yeah.
baseball stadium.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she was serving job, and he looked. He said, "How do you pronounce your name?" And it was Sicily.
Sicily.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sicily.
That's a nice
I
name.
like
Yeah, she was very nice.
Was she named for the Italian?
Yeah, I said, well, I don't know if she's
Isle
named
of
for it, but I said, how do you pronounce your name?
She's
She said,
Sicilian.
Yes,
She might have been
yes.
in the organized crime. Maybe you're. Hey, speaking of that, look, June 7th, 1936. Lucky Luciano convicted on 62 counts of compulsory prostitution. So that's pretty heinous.
Yeah.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, so that stuff interests you a lot, especially wheeling stuff.
What?
What?
Girls that are forced into prostitution interest too.
No, that doesn't interest me.
No, I mean like
Hey.
mafia stuff,
yeah, the
mob stuff.
Yeah.
What do you? I don't think you're a creep. Jesus.
No, Joe. Yeah, what are you thinking? But the
He's a
mob.
bag man for the whorehouse downtown.
Yeah, jeez.
I think the Wheeling mob stuff is like awesome. Like they used to call Wheeling Little Chicago.
Yeah.
And I used to hear stories about like when all the
Bill Elias and Paul Hankish.
yeah, and our grandparents talk about like people used to say like Weirton down into Wheeling was people would come from all over to come to the bars.
Yeah.
And I thought something that was so cool was people said they would get their paychecks on Friday and the bars would cash your checks.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could take your paycheck right to the bar.
And you go make your
to
bets
start
and all
drinking.
that stuff.
And they said down in downtown Wheeling, like where we go to the DeCarlos and West Banco, all of those stores, you could go back into the back rooms of any of those stores and gamble in any of them.
Yep.
That's
Table games, place your bets, stuff like that. And
I wish I lived in that era.
and I just think how interesting is that people would come to Wheeling.
Yeah.
Like obviously I love it here and stuff. So other people used to come from all over the tri-state area just to come here and hang out.
Up and down the rivers where a lot of the bookmakers got their start. Legendary guys. A lot of them in Nevada right now are from this area, from
Yeah,
the
and they
northern
said they
Ohio
had
and
to-
Pittsburgh areas and on down through here.
They said they had to shut the bars down at like 1 and 2 in the morning. Like people wouldn't go home in Wheeling.
Did you ever
Prohibition.
Did you ever see pictures of downtown
It's
like back
I
in
was
the?
just going to mention that, Joe.
It's
packed.
insanity.
Yes,
It's packed.
packed.
It's
I mean,
awesome.
everybody's
Well,
dressed up.
Chris
and-
told me stories because he obviously is the veteran here. But you remember when Wheeling was actually a cool like city somewhat. You said there was department stores. It reminded me of like New York City. You're walking down, there's Macy's in my mind, and Grandma
Well,
and you would tell stories.
We never had the High Valley Mall, but I always remember going down like getting school clothes. We go to
Imagine that shopping
or
down
a
there,
you needed a suit for homecoming, whatever. Tops for men, LS Goods. They
What was the big department store that they would decorate for Christmas? They'd have the stuff in the
Kaufman's?
window.
It might
Kaufman?
have
I
been
don't know.
Kaufman's. They
That was the last one that I remember when I was a kid. It was still hanging on.
Mom would know. She's
Yeah.
up there.
Stone and Thomas.
That's
was down
what
there
it was.
Too.
That's
Yeah,
what
Stone
it
and
is. That's
Thomas,
Stone and
yeah.
Thomas. Yeah. Pauline, our neighbor. Neighbor
Shout
to
out
the studio,
Pauline.
Yeah. She always talks about how it's just during that time in Christmas, like it was like literally like New York City down there. Which is,
they had a Woolworth down there. I mean, you pretty
Now
much
all we
got
have-
everything you wanted. Just going downtown.
That's cool because
Yeah,
now all we have is
and-
potholes down there. So.
Oh, brutal.
And River City, we like it
well,
there.
I'm
so.
hoping that history does repeat itself. So I'm hoping in 30 or 40 years, maybe Wheeling will just be packed again. I
Maybe
think
one
that'd be
day.
so cool
Yeah.
because then now we'll all have our kids and we'll be older and we can come back here and
talk about how it looked war torn when we were.
I was just gonna say, Chris. I said,
Sarajevo.
the war-torn
streets
streets
of
Wheeling.
Wheeling. Hey, but that brings up June 6th, 1944. I've always thought this is the coolest freaking thing ever. Was
Yes,
the
this
D-Day
is a big one.
invasion, largest amphibious landing in history. 4,400 ships and 11,000 aircraft at Normandy,
I never
France.
knew it was that much. That's
I think
and,
that's
and-
unbelievable.
and over 1.3 million people involved in that or something like that
It
on
is
the Allied side.
absolutely incredible.
and every
what
single
those-
one of them are badasses.
Oh,
that went
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Thank you to all
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah,
Jeez,
thank
that
you.
was
I
the
mean, can you
ultimate.
just
Can you imagine when you
imagine-
were told that your division's going in on this? Like, you
I
basically know
I wonder
if
what-
we all 5 go in there, that at least 3 of us will die.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
wonder what the
crazy.
survival rate was coming out of the ships when he landed. It can't be high.
And then when they were on Dunkirk and they were stranded.
all
And I don't know enough about it, but just from the pictures and like the stuff of the reenactments and stuff, when they're storming, they're fighting people that are above them.
Yeah,
right?
no,
They
Yeah.
had
Germans
horrible-
in the
Germans had the high
pillboxes.
ground.
Yeah, they had
and bunkers.
horrible disadvantage against
The
them.
fact that they even
It took them months to plan that too. If you read some of the stuff about it, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There's another one on here that I thought was pretty cool because this is something that's always interested me and sparked some good conversation. June 10th, 1692, first of the Salem witch trial victims is hanged for witchcraft in Massachusetts. And I just thought that interests me because there's people that discuss, like, were they actually a witch, or was it just people didn't agree with certain type of things? But I'm on the side that I really do think there was people, like, at that time that maybe they didn't have, like, powers and stuff.
They were sorcerers,
but
like
yeah,
Joan of Arc.
At least they were practicing some type of religion or
like you're saying they didn't necessarily
Were those Puritans, Jub? Were they like that?
Yeah, it was
something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Puritans.
So maybe they just didn't go. They went against the grain, kind of.
Well, last week, not funny, but last week we talked about Joan of Arc getting burned at the stake, and I had mentioned that I always got those two confused. I got the witch trials and Joan of Arc mixed up, but like we were talking while we were in Ocean City about just those people that like you could, if you admitted that you were a witch. Because they were going to kill you either way if you admitted it or not. Even if you admitted that you're a witch, they still killed you. So you were no
done
matter
either
what,
way. You're finished.
Yeah.
And here's where I stand with that. I don't know if they were legit. There was magic involved or anything like that. But this place, this
Tituba,
there's been so much stuff. Like we've been around for so long. Why? How can you say that it didn't happen?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe they actually were.
They doing
witches.
voodoo spells.
Yeah,
Nah.
like there's legit. Like I can't like.
Where was she from? Jub? Barbados?
Tituba from Barbados. And
Yeah.
then there was Goody Proctor.
Yeah. And this one was Bridget Bishop that Soup was referencing here. So
Giles Corey.
Sorry to Bridget and your family for what you
Yeah.
went through.
Yeah.
Hopefully you weren't a witch, but maybe you were.
Then Giles Corey got pressed to death.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a way to go.
Yeah. Just
Wasn't that
stacking the
bitch?
stones.
Wasn't that bitch Joan of Arc?
Yeah.
She was only 19 when she got
She
burned
was-
at the stake.
We
Yeah, that's
can't
terrible.
put that on our name that we call. We can't label Joan of Arc a bitch.
No, never.
Oh, I never
What about
did.
the kidney beans? Did you guys do any research on that?
Yeah,
What happened?
They
They're-
called it a heroic bean.
Oh, okay. So you eat them, you're heroic.
So she must have, that must have.
You said there were no kidney beans around back then.
No, not then.
No.
So whenever they
So
came up
she
with
wasn't.
the
She was actually okay.
kidney- I
She
think
was a
so,
good
yeah.
lady.
Yeah. She
I thought
Yeah.
she was a sorceress.
Well, that's
Well,
what
that's
they
what they
thought.
said they were. They also
They weren't used to a woman of that age being
Right.
leaders of men in battle.
Yeah,
I think
so they
that
were
freaked
jealous.
people out. I'm not sure how well we do with that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
true.
it says here she's considered a heroine of France for her role in the siege of Orleans and the coronation of Charles
Oh.
the
Yeah.
Second.
Well,
so
see,
she did well, but
Wait.
she died at 19.
Well, I need to apologize to Joan
in
of Arc.
1431, she
Jubb,
passed away.
what do you think of Roman Emperor Nero committing suicide June 9th, 68 A.D. to avoid his punishment from the Senate of death by flogging?
Yeah, he wasn't a good guy.
What is flogging?
That's like whip,
They
like
smack
they
you.
did to
wow.
Jesus,
Yeah.
kind of like.
This-
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible way to. Yeah, Nero was a mess.
Nero was a rat
He had a lot of
bastard.
problems. He had.
He was a rat bastard.
Nero.
Oh,
Nero was
Job
a
I
rat
saw.
bastard.
There's
He
another
was
one
a
on
bad
here.
guy.
There's another one on here that I know Job would love. June 11th, 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupts in the Philippines, spewing ash and lava over 60 miles.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Chubb would love it.
I love volcanoes.
That's
now,
like from Wheeling to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. right.
here's what I don't understand, and people people that go on kind of adventurous stuff like that. And there was just a story on 60 Minutes of these people in I think off the coast of Australia. They get there. I think it might have Australia or New Zealand, either one of the two. But they went out and there's a volcano that people go and they just go and look at this volcano that's still active. And then it blew up one time and killed a bunch of people. And then they wonder, oh, why did anybody let him go there? Well, you went there in the first place. Now, sorry that you got burned to death, but why would you go there you know it's not. You know it's an active volcano.
What do you think? What's your thoughts on the lost city of Pompeii and the Mount Vesuvius thing?
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Boy, you ever see those pictures of that stuff?
It's amazing. The bodies that they find under all that ash
Just get
from years.
and they get like mummified
Yeah.
because they're all in that ash.
Yep.
But-
Just as they were. Well, they weren't right where they needed to be, but they died as they were, and they were preserved. It's incredible stuff.
I said, and I know
Can't stop Mother Nature.
you guys kind of got on my ass for saying this a couple weeks ago, but I think natural disasters are so interesting that no matter what you do, you can't run from
Can't
Mother
stop it.
Nature.
No, there's no
can't run
question.
from it.
Yep. That and time.
Yeah.
How about
Two
in
things
the,
that will always get you.
What's the movie? They're up in space, and it's crazy. Like 3 hours long. They talk about
Who's
the
in it?
Interstellar?
Interstellar.
Oh, yeah,
How about
good-
the
good
scene
movie.
in Interstellar when they're up there on a different planet and they look way out there? Have you seen the movie? And they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at those mountains." and like a couple minutes go by, and they start
moving.
freaking out, and they say, "Wait a second, those aren't mountains. That's
Those
a
are
waves."
Yeah.
And they are. It's massive. They're on a different planet, and that's crazy. To
Water.
Think about.
I think water's like the scariest thing. I think we talked about this
Very
you
one
and
time.
John
Water's
both
just-
say that.
It's the scariest thing ever, especially at night.
Wait, would you have swam from the inlet out to the jetty the other
Hell
day
no.
in Ocean City?
No.
But just for fun.
Well, I hope it was for fun. Hopefully, it didn't turn out worse.
No.
But yeah, just
I don't
just
know.
for fun. Exercise.
Yeah, I get,
You defied death by walking home at 2 a.m, 3 miles.
In a
On-
very,
on-
That
very
was
dangerous
that
town.
was defying death.
well, yeah.
Wow.
If I
It
wouldn't
wasn't
have
in
that-
Chicago. I mean,
that's true.
Well, if I wouldn't have had that Chex Mix, I might not
Well, the
have been
kid
here.
did
He
you
would have perished.
Yes.
That
well,
Chex Mix was like God himself came down and handed that to me at that time.
One of the thing, just another thing I'll bring up, but it's like adventurous stuff to do. I think the dumbest thing, and I was watching a video yesterday, free dive. You ever see anybody free dive? You know
Yeah.
what that is?
Yeah.
They go down hundreds and hundreds of feet without like oxygen or anything. Dumbest thing.
I can't believe people
My
do that.
question is why? Why?
That can't be like I'm all into the skydiving and stuff like that. That free diving can't be exhilarating.
No, I mean, what?
It might be
I
when
don't know,
you're
yeah,
suffocating
yeah, I'd say when
underwater.
you're-
See,
got
I'm not.
One breath.
No, I'm not.
You go down, you
Yeah, I'm
can't
not.
see any
I'm
light.
good.
No, that in cave diving. If you cave dive, there's something wrong with you. Sorry.
Jub, when you said the thing about the lost city, it made me think. The Egyptians, when they were building those pyramids,
Yeah.
do you think they had any extra help?
Aliens built those.
You think so for
It's
sure?
impossible that they
It's-
didn't. They
yeah,
weren't involved.
it's
The way that
nuts.
they're compassed exactly to north, south, east, and west.
and the
it's impossible.
The technology that's affiliated with them is nuts.
How many guys you think it would take to build those? Those stones are. I mean,
They're bigger than this.
they didn't have the technology to do that. I just don't see how they weren't helped by extraterrestrials. I know Chris doesn't believe in those.
No.
What, space? You don't
You don't
believe in it?
believe
You
in-
don't believe in aliens?
Come on, Chris.
Come on, Chris. Come on,
Sorry.
Chris.
Sorry.
You know what? All that matters, we're right where we need to be. That's all that matters.
Exactly. We're back home safe.
Hey, can we go? Can I give a shout out to one of my favorite actors ever? Their
Sure.
birthday is on June 11th. Peter Dinklage.
Oh, the man,
yeah.
Tyrion.
Yeah,
Tyrion.
yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Tyrion
And you know
Lannister.
what's cool about him too? I think he was like one of the only people in Game of Thrones who was actually from the United States. He's
That's
from
awesome.
Jersey,
Yeah.
and his accent and stuff was great.
Said
So
I
thought it
drink
was
and I
great.
know things.
Yeah, I got that in the glass in my house.
Yeah.
It's kind of what my brother does.
All right, Chris, wrap us up with one more This Week in History.
I was looking down at June 10th, 1933. John Dillinger robs his first bank.
It was Community Bank in
right.
Warwood. He took Jub's debit card. That's why it's in pieces.
It was in New Carlisle, Ohio, and he got $10,600. And I looked at that, and I thought, well, that doesn't seem like much of a score. So I looked it up, and today in 2022, that $10,600 would be $225,000.
Wow,
So if John Dillinger's great grandson went to the bank in New Carlisle, Ohio, and did that, he would get $225,000.
That seems a little more worth it than the 10.
Well, I know, but back then.
How many
but-
banks did he rob?
It just,
I'm not sure how many it ended up being, but it was a lot. I mean, they had a manhunt for him for a long time.
You
And
think
he
if-
got
yeah,
shot
but
outside
I-
a theater in it was Chicago.
You
or
think
something.
if you-
Dillinger did?
Yeah.
You think if you had time to plan, you think you could ever rob a bank?
Yeah. Did you ever see The Town?
Yes, good
Good
movie.
movie.
Good movie.
I think I could do it.
Good
You think
movie.
you could rob a bank, Job?
No.
I couldn't kill anybody though.
No.
Well, maybe I could.
I could.
Maybe a couple tellers or the girl that worked at Kirby's.
Yeah.
You could get a couple gallons of gas today if you robbed a bank.
Yeah. Hey, Liam Neeson's birthday this
How
week
about
too,
this?
guys.
John Dillinger, he led the Dillinger Gang, which was accused of robbing 24 banks and 4 police
Wow.
stations.
Okay.
What are they robbing a police station for?
I think they were breaking guys out, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I ever get arrested, I hope the Dillinger gang
I'll
comes to
use
see
your
me.
community bank card to bail you out.
Yeah. All right, so without further ado, let's wrap up the show with a little bit of Hot Pit Cold Mug, brought to you by Duggar's famous chicken and wings. You can find them on DoorDash now. Get them DoorDash to your house. Don't
Yes.
go out.
Don't mess around. Do it right now.
Don't go.
stay
If
home,
you're at work,
relax.
get it at work. If
Don't
you're
go-
at home, get it at home. If
Yeah.
you're at the YMCA, Get it at the YMCA.
Yeah.
Hey, you really want to make a statement? Go up to Chick-fil-A and DoorDash Duggar's up there.
There
See
you
what
go.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it delivered inside. I
Yeah.
love it. Love it.
Yeah. All right. Anybody want to lead us off with a hot pit cold mug?
I will.
Chris, hit us.
All right, this is a hot pit. Gas prices.
Oh, horrible.
So today, I was in Parkersburg and I needed to pretty much fill up, and it was $4.99 a gallon, and I got pissed because remember on the trip I was telling you when we were going to Ocean City that I want to keep my tank like 3/4 full and then just top it off.
That's
so,
what my dad said to me today. Exactly.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's all going to add up the same, but it doesn't seem.
It feels
as,
better.
Well,
right?
before the price moves up again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was $4.99, and it's funny you're watching that gauge go, and the on the gas pump. You know, the price is just flying, and you just see that how many gallons just crawling. And, like, it's like, you know, you got $11, and there's, like, 2.1 gallons. You're like, fuck, man. So,
Chris, what was, real quick, not to interrupt, but what was gas? Do you remember when you first started driving? What was your gas price?
Oh, back when I started? No.
Because mine was like 91 cents.
I was going to say, I thought 99 cents, but probably more than that. But, you know, back then, if I had $10 and I got to use the car that night, and we'd have like enough money for some gas,
beer,
and DeCarlos, and
now
that was a night out. Now I don't know, but I was just pissed about those gas prices, and I don't know.
What do you attribute this to? You think it's just all government? It's just stupid people in charge?
It's the fucking asshole that's in charge, and I'm sorry, it is.
No, you're right. I mean, yeah, well,
because you know what? You remember in late 2019, it was 188.
No, I know.
And
think about where we've come.
That's
yeah.
Over $3 more.
He
now.
ain't good to take something out of Shelby's
right, and
arsenal.
that how long's that been? 2 years? No, about 2 years.
Now,
Yeah,
2-3 years.
So I mean, I don't. So,
you think one day gas will be obsolete? You think everybody will be driving around electric?
It's gonna be tough.
I think it'll happen one day, but I don't think it'll happen anytime
No,
soon.
no, it'll be a while.
Yeah.
I saw it's 508 at Smith and Warwood today.
We paid like $4.79 today over in Currystown, Lawrenceburg.
Somebody said they were mad because back in the early part of this millennia, people were saying that we'd have flying cars by now. But can you imagine if drivers on the road now had a flying car?
No, it'd be like the Jetsons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
But
show.
can you imagine though the chaos that would happen there?
No, I can't.
Guy from Ohio comes over.
Yeah, right. The Ohio Flyers would be
He's
fucking
got one
everything up
wing.
for sure. Yeah.
No
His-
lights.
his
No
ships,
lights.
Yeah, his ships in
They don't need
pieces.
inspection.
No.
Yeah, nothing. all of his strobe lighting's out.
Yeah.
and-
He's going.
They don't have landing pads.
No, nothing.
They got the entire sky.
No, his
and
hover
he's-
brake's broken. He's floating around, banging.
He'd have
into
the whole
people.
sky backed up.
And
Well,
he's
no,
got
you'd
he's got a cracked dome on the top of the ship.
You'd have the whole fucking sky, and he'd be on your ass the whole way.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he wouldn't use his blinker. I can
No,
tell you that.
never. All right, hot pick cold mug. Who's got?
I got a cold mug, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I binged it in 2 days. I just finished season 4 of Stranger Things.
Oh, don't
and
spoil
I'm not
anything.
I'm not spoiling anything, but this is kind of a spoiler. It's gonna leave you off with a cliffhanger, and there's like a second part that comes out later this summer, but they do a phenomenal job. Stranger Things. It's in my top 5 TV shows ever.
Wow.
And it was job. Are you not a Stranger Things guy?
I haven't. I've watched like the first 2 episodes, but I haven't watched.
I'm in
it.
season 2, and I.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
gosh.
you know who loves
I love
it?
it.
My
It's-
dad.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's really good.
I didn't
used
know.
to watch it. I never
just
finished it.
started.
I
I didn't know
I've
you
watched
just
the first
started,
2.
Jarrett. It's
Started.
awesome. You're gonna be
Really.
Chris, did you finish?
and the character development's awesome.
Did you finish Ozark? You were watching it the other
I
day.
watched the last 2.
I'm
last
sorry
night.
about your loss,
Well,
buddy.
That's all right. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But now now that that's over and done with, I was going to ask you guys. You don't have it's not listed on here, but is the Lincoln Lawyer worth watching?
I haven't started it
My
yet.
butt.
The movie was
a
good.
friend of the podcast, Chase. He
Yeah.
said it's one of the craziest TV shows he's ever watched.
Soup, did you ever see the movie with Matthew McConaughey? It was
No.
very good.
Was
so
it?
I'm gonna give it a look, Chris. I'm gonna
They
watch
said
it.
that
Okay,
they said
I-
he's one the stuff that the lawyer thinks about is he's just crazy genius.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I knew that.
Lincoln
so.
Lawyer. I don't even.
Just gotta
came
find
on
something to
Netflix.
watch
It's new.
now.
It's a new series.
just
Yeah.
looking for a new show,
Well,
'cause-
you can watch Better Call Saul. That's coming back on
Yeah.
soon.
And City on the Hill is starting
Yeah, I know.
July 10th.
I'm excited about that.
So you give big thumbs up to season 4 of Stranger Things?
Massive, and it's not over yet, which is awesome.
Cool.
And here's something else that I thought was people should do this more often. Remember the last Game of Thrones episode? How long it was?
Yeah, and people
Break it
hated
up.
it.
You know how cool it would have been if it was in the movie theaters? Like they start talking, like they're telling us how not telling us, but they're tweeting about how the last Stranger Things episode is going to be about 2 hours long. They should put that in the movies. Like I can't imagine if they're going to make $200 million off the Netflix series, they could make another $200 million. But I'm sure there's like laws and.
Well, they could probably if they wanted to team up with theaters, I think they could probably do it. But Jub, can you imagine us going into that theater to watch the last Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
and how dark it was.
I'd be We'd be like remember when the Star Wars come out and people were waiting in line in tents for weeks?
Yeah,
that'd been us.
Yeah, but. Maybe they'll do that with the movie theater. I'm sure. I actually think I've heard of somebody that they were able to rent out a movie theater and they watched either a basketball game or something on the big screen. So you might, I mean, you might be able to do that. Hey, whatever the next show is that we all watch, maybe we can go up and.
Heck, let's do it for Obi-Wan.
I think they can do it. Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, there's another idea. Why don't we do next massive movie that comes out and we know the place is going to be packed?
It's coming out.
Let's do a podcast
in 3 days. Jurassic World's coming out.
There you go. Yeah, but we could do that. We could rent out the whole theater and get sponsored by Marquee.
There you go.
Yeah. We'll eat their popcorn.
Jarrett, I know you got a funny hot pit or cold mug.
I got a really good cold mug. I thought you guys would like this a lot.
This will be dumb.
No, it's really great. God. Rats are being trained to be.
This can't go anywhere good.
Okay, let him finish. I don't know what he's talking about.
I said this will be dumb, and he says, "No, it isn't."
This is brilliant.
Wait, can I guess what you're gonna say first?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say rats are being trained to teach classrooms.
No.
What the fuck?
No.
All right.
Rats are being trained to be sent into earthquake debris wearing tiny backpacks so that rescue teams can talk to survivors. 7 rats have been trained so far, and it takes about 2 weeks to get them up to speed. So they have like a microphone or like a video on the backpack.
Jarrett.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
This is the
I
rat.
think it's great. This is the best news.
Look at that little bastard. Look at that little bastard on there.
This is the Ratatouille sequel. This is the Ratatouille.
This is the best news that the people of New York have ever gotten.
He's drinking. He's preparing for his fight.
They have microphones and video, like
we
cameras.
can do this,
on the
Jarrett. You can do this with the pigeons in downtown Wheeling.
Oh, I'm crying.
Jarrett, what do they do? They're trained to do what?
to go communicate with earthquake survivors.
So, Chris, if you were under the rubble, say Mount Pinatubo exploded, and you were in the rubble and you got captured or locked underground. It's not the word I wanted, locked, but trapped underground. Anyway, they send these rats down to talk to you. I don't know how you speak rat, but maybe they've got voice recorders.
Yeah, they have microphones on their backpack. So it says. Yeah, obviously this lady says.
Hello, Mr. Pavlik. I'm Gary the Rat. I'm here to save you.
Hey, Gary, great to meet you. Now give me
I have no legs. Can you get me out of here?
Chris will say, "Where's my bowl of cereal?"
Right. Did you bring any Cocoa Puffs with you?
Hey, Gary, tell those bastards to get me out of here. Yeah, she says that rats would be able to get into small spaces to get the victims buried in rubble. Well, no shit, but
that's good, Jarrett. I like that.
Yeah, isn't that?
Where was this being done?
Glasgow.
Oh, Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
honestly, though, not this. What's Cuckoo always say? It'll never work. I mean, if I'm buried like 7 stories deep underneath a high, like a giant, and somehow I'm still. He's gonna rush back and say, "Hey, Mr. Pavlik's down there."
Well, he's got a microphone.
Yeah, and here's what
they can see.
But be like video conferencing.
Chris, I'm guessing they're gonna be able to say like when the rat gets close enough and can hear you, it'll send off like a ping to what your location is.
Right, and then they're gonna need like.
They've thought this through. The Scots are very resourceful.
How are they going to get me out of there? They just know I'm there. Maybe just account for all the.
Then the rat will start chewing your eyes out.
Hey, you better not have any cheese with you.
I was going to say maybe he'll come negotiate. Like he'll say, "I'll tell him if you're here if you give me some trash or something."
He'll be like Master Splinter.
Like my arms are going to be in any condition to give him some trash.
Here, let me take a bite out of your pinky.
Yeah. Right. So if they're calling for like if the forecast says there's a possible earthquake, then I'm going to make sure I load my pockets with cheese and just some chicken bones.
Smoked Gouda. Yeah.
The cold mug was supposed to be something positive, and Chris has turned this into a complaining about.
I like where the Scottish people were at.
Right.
On this.
I mean, I guess it's
good luck to the rats.
Well, hopefully they don't have any.
Gary the Rat. Shout out to
Gary the Rat.
Gary.
Matt, the Campbells are from over in Scotland.
Oh yeah. Well, I got some Scotch blood myself. Yeah. So no, I had just not really anything that I thought of, but when I was driving out here, I don't know about you guys, but when you're letting somebody out at an intersection or a restaurant or something like that, and you wave them out, and they don't thank you, it really pisses me off.
Oh.
And then the next guy behind him's like speeding to get on his tail to get out too, and then he doesn't thank you either, and it really makes me mad. So anyway, thank people. Say please and thank you. Give people waves. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not holding you up from eating your Big Mac and 20-piece nugget when you weigh 435 pounds. Like, take a break, give a wave, and then go on your way with your dilapidated car from Ohio. Anyway, pisses me off, and people should be
Matt,
nicer to each other.
That made me think of this about just saying thank you. And I saw a tweet the other day that said, stop paying for people's – you know how people do something nice and pay for the food behind you? They said, stop paying for the people's food behind you, tip the workers.
Yeah, right.
And
I'm on board with that, definitely.
And I was well, here's why I brought it up, because those are just two little thank yous.
You could be paying for a serial killer's meal. You don't know.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Give it to the
I
workers.
agree with that, Soup. Yeah.
The ones who are actually willing to work. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
here's the
big
thing:
point.
if you do tip, if you're going to pay for the person's meal behind you, like, I'm all for that. Go ahead and do that too. But if you're tipping the workers as well, that's another nice gesture. Like, don't
do
be
it,
upset that you're tipping the people.
You
Like,
could
go
be
ahead.
paying for a human trafficker's meal.
Or buy another meal and throw it away so Gary can eat it.
And he could save Chris under the rubble of Mount Minnetonka.
Chris's luck would have the one rat show up that his microphone fell off.
There's battery
And he'd be wearing a Cleveland Browns jersey when he ran into the hole.
All right, I'll wrap it up here. I know I wasn't going to talk about it. I said I wasn't going to talk about it last week, but the Johnny Depp. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, he won the case, but I'm not.
Jubb, I was very concerned about Jubb's well-being when this came down. They said the verdict. Every couple minutes, I'd be looking at the TV, say, verdict any minute. Were you on pins and needles?
Well, I was nervous a little bit. Like, I don't know why, because I really didn't care about the way the outcome is. Because, I mean, really, at the end of the day, neither of them are going to be in anything anymore, I don't think. I could be wrong. But anyway.
She's got a future in some things.
Yeah, I'm sure she does, yeah.
Porn? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, she's got an NIL deal with the Lions down over there, Quaker City.
Yeah. Jubb, was it a unanimous decision?
Yes. 7 jurors all voted unanimously. Found her guilty of
2 different things I saw.
Libel. No, well, there were 3 different things that. There were 3 statements, and then they had to rule whether each statement was found as libel or defamation, which they did on all 3. Then he actually did lose one of his because they found that he was actually being one of his statements, because she countersued him. One of his statements was defamatory, so she won a little bit. I mean, they both won kind of, but he blew her out of the water.
Did she lose for defecation of the bed?
Yes. Yeah, Curry kept saying he was going to take an Amber Heard.
Or an R. Kelly.
Yeah. All right, I don't have a cold mug or a hot pit this week, but
we better end there.
Yeah, let's end there, and we will see you here next week. Hey, if you're not already, follow us on social media. We hit 200 followers on Instagram. I think we're at 205.
Yeah, hey, we got a lot of followers, and I was supposed to give another shout out to Miss Sheila McCormick, who's a big fan of ours, and thanks for everybody who's watching.
Yeah, everybody that's watching. We hit 205 on Instagram. I think we're close to hitting 50 subscribers, which isn't a whole lot, but 50 subscribers on YouTube. We're getting a bunch of views on there. One of our TikToks hit 2,000 and some views.
Whoa.
We got one of those.
We got Ravens playmakers following us.
Yes.
We got Secrets bartenders following us.
Yes.
All right.
We got
this summer's going to be a lot of fun.
Keep the train rolling.
Major League Baseball player. He's following us, and we got all kinds of stuff coming out. I mean, it's good stuff, and we just hope you stick around for whatever we have coming up next. We might try baby food. We might try, I don't know. We might try a whole bunch of stuff. But if you have any ideas, I know I've said this a million times, and I know we don't get any emails, but I know we have some listeners now. So if you have ideas for us, if you want us to do something, if you think it would be funny to watch, send us an email or just hit us up on social media. Send us a DM of things you think that you would like to see on the show, whether that's trying food,
bobbing for apples.
Exactly. Shaving my mustache off. That's not on there, but if the
people want it,
if they want it,
We'll get it.
sure. Anyway, Follow us on social media at the Pine Room Podcast. It's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow us on everything. Keep updated. Hit the notification bell so you get updated when stuff comes out. This will be out Thursday, and then some more stuff will come out throughout the week, so keep updated. And we will see you here next time in the Pine Room.
Peace.
Love you.
Later. Well, it's that time. The coolers are empty, the food's all gone, and the games are over. But that's all right. There's always next week. Follow us on social media to keep up to date with future shows and send any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Until then, we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room.